milli, yeah, feel me? You feel me? Walk in the door, shake up the building, yeah. Shake it up, 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 shake it up. Ooh, yeah, shake it up, 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 shake it up. Don't care, cats got cars. No lean on my cars. Carhartt on my heart. Tattoo on my scars. Tattoo my new scars. My life has been hard. See me in the light. I was in the dark. I wake up, I send it. I wake up, I spend it. I drive Chevy, no Benzes. See me slide, not tenant. My house, yeah, I own that. Your house, yeah, it's rented. Started where the flow at. Now I top the building, yeah. Feel me? You feel me? No cash on me. Swipe for a milli, yeah. Feel me? You feel me? Walk in the door, shake up the building, yeah. Shake it up, 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 shake it up. Ooh, yeah. Shake it up, 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 shake it up. On trips, I never trip. No. Shoulder gotta chill. Yeah. My best friend, my chick. My best friend gon' whip. My best friend, she pull up with a stick. My best friend, she pull up, then she skirt off and we dip. Feel me? You feel me? No cash on me. Swipe for a milli, yeah. Feel me? You feel me? Walk in the door, shake up the building, yeah. Shake it up, shake it up. Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Ooh, yeah. Shake it up, 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 shake it up.
That's a work in progress. You don't just change overnight. Yeah, but I'll get back to that eventually. You have a book I know? No. Glad you dropped receipts. Yeah, I know. Like
Radio. Hi, everybody. I'm a bit discombobulated today, so give me a minute. Big cookie, small foodie. There I am. Hi. How's everyone going? What have you been doing while I've been away? Well, I haven't been away. I just haven't been on. Been working my little butt off, and I've been too tired to come on. Couldn't be bothered with the editing. And she's just been a right royal little snorter the last couple of days. When I say snorter, I mean of the porcine variety, P-I-G. And I don't have the tolerance for her. So, but today was quite interesting because as somebody who has had an active eating disorder for a lot of the times of my life, I've got some bits to say about Foodie. And I called it. Did I not call it, guys? In the last live stream, we're going to have that final farewell. We're going to have that fast food takeaway funeral. I was wrong about what we ordered. It wasn't shawarma. It wasn't pizza. But I should have known it was going to be the dry, beige, basic biatch Burger King. Our Foodie is not such a foodie. She is a very, I don't know, predictable, basic kind of person. Of course, it was going to be Burger King. It's her fave. It's her absolute fave. So let me see who's in the chat. I know Enola's here because she's my bae. And I've got Jade. She's my other bae, but don't tell Enola. And we've got Deb, and we've got Tango Bliss. We've got Nebanor. How you doing, guys? How's everyone's week been? Seriously, though, how's everyone's week been? I hope everyone's been safe. Everyone's feeling good. Everyone's been getting there. I don't know if you're doing the SPIAT. I am not. I'm just doing my normal stuff. I'm not doing anything extra because I don't need to because I live a balanced life anyway, most of the time. If you go into the gym a bit more, fantastic. If you're drinking more water, excellent. If you've upped your skin routine, brilliant. If you're taking a little bit more time for yourself, all these things are wonderful. Self-care is important, whether it's diet related or mental health related or just trying to be a little bit happier with yourself. It's all wonderful, whatever reason you're doing it for. I hope everyone's doing well. Hi. Okay. Don't miss the BK fees. It's sentimental parking lot. Yes. I mean, it is her half anniversary almost, isn't it? It's been 7 months now, so the 6-month anniversary is past. You know, reminiscing, you know. I mean, it's been quite the roller coaster this year. I mean, it was a bit of a quick marriage, you know. It all happened so very fast, you know. It was a bit, you know, bit of a, you know, it's been a bit of a firecracker kind of marriage so far. I mean, the passion is raw and it's real, guys. What can we say? We're all just jellyfish. But I did a little bit of editing today. I edited her live stream because they're usually the worst. She says a lot of nothing. She goes off on reaction channels quite a bit in this one. I did edit a lot of the FFG Shannon and Gary talk out because it's useless, meaningless. It's the same drivel. Everyone's a hate channel. People are embarrassing, blah, 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 blah. But the best thing about these live streams is I don't have to edit Salah's stupid face out because he's not in them anymore, which I love. I didn't do a lot of like over the top editing. I just sort of edited her content, basically just whistled it down to a good, I think it was 23:20, but that's at double speed. So about 46 minutes worth of foodie drivel. But most of it's diet related, pretty much food related, not a lot of waffle, but bits that I found interesting anyway. I don't know about you guys, and then we've also got the BED, her bed. Foodie's made her bed and now she's got to sleep in it. Winkety wink, if you get what I'm saying. People who know what I mean when I say bed. I'm talking about a seating disorder is commonly known as bed. So that's what we're going to call it because we don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube gods, okay? Because when you talk about rugs and sexual things and seating disorders, they don't like it. So we're going to code it, okay, guys? Okay, so we're going to be calling it bed from now on, hence the thumbnail that I've done for this video. So how's everybody going? Okay, more water, doing some fasting, getting out more. Perfect. They sound wonderful, Tangled. Okay, Enola's done a little bit of fiddling around with art videos. Beautiful, right in your wheelhouse. And playing with designs in the shop. It has been pretty fun, though. I don't know what I'm doing with videos. I tip my hat to you, Jim. Hey, sweetie, just get yourself an editor and start playing with it. That's all I've done. I mean, Eerie Pepperoni is the one to talk to about editing. I just faff about. I just do my best with the very little bit of knowledge I've got. You know what I do though? I absolutely love Canva. My funnest part is actually coming up with the designs for the thumbnails. Some days they're really simple. Other days I put a lot of effort into it and do a little bit more. But my thing is the color coordinating, the color balance, the fonts, the pictures, the little details, the little elements in the designs. I love all that stuff. It's so fun. I could just sit here and make bunches of thumbnails. They are so fun. The editing's a little bit trickier and you have to be kind of patient, and that's where I'm not very patient. So it's kind of like a Zen exercise for me. But anyway, I've waffled enough. I have got a beverage. I've got Pepsi Max with a little bit of Canadian Club in there. I've had a little bit of insomnia lately, and I don't usually like to try and take anything to help me sleep. I try to like to fall asleep naturally, but sometimes when I'm really struggling, I'll have a little nipper, the nicey nice, just to help mellow me down a little bit, and I'll go to sleep nice. I don't do it very often, but if I have a couple of nights in a row that are quite rough, I will just, zonk out with a little bit of something. It's usually just one drink and I'm done, because after the weight loss surgery, I get drunk real fast. So it doesn't take me much, but then the Canadian Club's quite smooth. So yeah. Hi, Betevin. Hi, Tucker and friends. Hello. Tucker always says hello to me. Whatever stream I'm in and wherever I am, I will always get a hello from Tucker. Tucker is like that Fist bump champ. I love them. Who else have we got? Anybody else that's just quickly popped in? No, nobody new. Hi, lurkers, and hello, Sweden. I remembered. That's for someone in particular. One of my lurkers contacted me, and I'm just going to give a little shout out to Sweden. If you're there watching, hello. I did get your message earlier on TikTok today. Oh, not today. Yesterday, the day before. Okay, so let's start the video, guys. What do you reckon? All right. Tucker is lovely. Yes, Tucker is very lovely. All right, so let's get started with this, guys. Now, well, let's discuss. I am not an artsy person, but I do like to be creative. It's a bit different. Artsy and creative are different. So my little border today, I had something different planned. I went with some lime green, some polka dots, some more flowers, you know, a rose by any other name is thy name, Foodie. And then I was watching and all I could think was, God, she's a garbage human. She's just absolute garbage. And then I thought, why not just, you know, surround her with her ilk, with her kind. So hence we've got trash bins, garbage bags, and the tomatoes. That was my inspo for today's background, guys. Trash human beings. That is Foodie. So, yeah. So anytime you really feel like she's being quite the bollocks, throw up some tomatoes. I know they're not for me. I know they will be for Foodie. That's how we'll get our aggression out today. When she's being the right pain in the ass and you really hate what she's saying, just throw up the tomatoes. It'll be cathartic. It'll feel good, great, guys. Okay. All right. Let's get going. 1, 2, 3.
I turned the comments off because I was sick of I'm not going to keep defending myself in the comments and troll
down because I edited it. I edited it at double speed because I had to get through it. It's so hard sometimes, guys. When you got to watch the whole thing, it's a nightmare. I'll put her on 0.25. She should be fine after that.
People just like to like the comments that are just no matter what they are, if they're hateful, they'll give them 100 likes. And it's just to boost them. And it's
there you go.
The game. You know, they don't even listen to what I say. So for example, one comment they'll leave is
hi, bud.
Well,
hi.
You know that not treating her medical problems is neglect. I literally said when I came home, I made a vet appointment for her. She had a vet appointment, so yes, those things would have been taken care of.
Before we get into it, and I'm going to slow her down a little bit more because she's even a bit fast. I think. I'll just put her on 1.5. No. Oh, that's going to be way too fast. Put her there. Okay. Now, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. It'll come to me.
It's just so frustrating, you know. But yeah, I wanted to just switch. I'm I'm just gonna message Pete and ask him directly, you know.
Hi, Hannibal. Hello.
The Queen's back.
Oh, Jade. Okay, Jade, please explain what's the tomatoes for. Is it just in general, or is it something more specific that she said?
So much. Glad to see you on the gaming channel. Yeah. Can you address the emails? Of course. See, I wasn't going to talk about the Carolina.
No.
So she had them. Yes, she did email me cease and desist. All right. Which
nah.
I'll tell you why that's.
Sorry, guys. I'm
hilarious.
faffing about.
Laugh right now at that.
There we go.
All right. She doesn't want me to talk about her family or her kids. She talks about her family and her kids online. So.
Hannibal is in the house.
For example, I saw on your mama's stream that apparently her and her new BFF went around Cornwall. Not the most cultured place to do a Arabic perfume review, but all right.
Oh, and I did chop out a lot of the chit chat about the Beezer perfume because no one cares. My only concern about the Beezer perfume is what's in it. It's not even perfume. It is house spray. I don't know. Whatever it is I would be frightened to put it on my couch in case it bleached and stained it, because I feel like it's probably got a lot of alcohol in it, because that's what sort of stabilizes it, I think. I'm not a chemist, but that's what they normally use. And I'm allergic to pretty much most things. I wouldn't want it to touch my skin in case it burns, because I don't know if the list of ingredients is on it or not, because I think that's one of the import things that it's difficult to get around, especially in Australia. You've got to have a list of everything, percentages. It's got to be in English. It's a whole thing.
Went around Cornwall asking people what they thought of the perfume, and guess what? They didn't think it was that bad, and they probably would have said it smelled good. Most of them had what's her face, nothing like.
But I did find that most of them said I would use it on other things, but I wouldn't use it on my couch. Why? Because I don't know about you guys, but it's not really a thing in Australia to use deodorants on your furniture. We kind of don't Well, I've never grown up that way. I mean, I have Febreze in my cupboard. I use it probably 3 or 4 times a year just on the couch. But normally, if I want to clean the couch, I would just get like a damp cloth and clean it down and give it a wipe, give it a vacuum, and then that's it. And that's, I mean, how funky does a couch actually get though?
Get ready, it's gonna smell bad. You know, like putting that preconceived notion in her head already to expect it to smell bad. Morons. Anyway, so her in one scene,
True, Jay.
her daughter is involved in this, okay? She's basically encouraging her underage daughter, who's like maybe 12, 13, 14, I don't know, to call me fat and shit talk me, like in front of other adults. And she's like, it smells like whiskey. Number one, why is your underage?
I don't know about you, but I think most kids know what alcohol smells like. I mean, it's not illegal or bad form to have a beer or a glass of wine or a little bit of liquor at a barbecue, at a party, at functions, at meal times around kids. It's excessive alcohol consumption that is problematic. But having a casual drink, and most kids you can smell the drink. I don't think that's that problematic. Maybe that's a cultural thing in Australia. I don't know, but I know that Foodie was having arguments with her mother about being able to sleep over at her 30-year-old boyfriend's house at 15 years old. So I don't know which, as a mum, I don't know which one I'd prefer to have. I think I'd rather my child know what whiskey smells like than be hoeing after a 30-year-old and wanting to sleep at his house. But that's just me. I don't always make the best choices in life.
Daughter, well, how does she know? An underage daughter at that age should not know.
Hi,
what,
cowboy dog.
whiskey smells
Hi.
like. Two, you put your daughter on the internet. Okay, you even told people what medication she's on. You told them why you don't have. You said to the internet why
you've put your mum, you've put your grandmother's detail, not your grandmother's details, your auntie out there. You've shown her face. You put Nada out there. You've put BB out there. You've put Sala out there. Stop bitching that everybody is reacting badly to them because Sala's garbage and Nada garbage. You're garbage. People react badly to garbage. It's the same thing. You are the same. The content's the same. Our response, it's allowed to be whatever it wants to be. Stop whining about it.
you don't have her, why she wasn't in your custody.
Hi, Glammosaurus Rex. Hi.
You told everyone on the internet your personal details. So all I'm doing is defending myself and saying, hey, I'm responding to you, by the way, because she had the nerve to say, I'm responding to you. That's why I talk crap about you. Where's my reaction channel about you, Shannon? Do I react?
We're watching it. Foodie likes to think she's a vlogging channel. Foodie likes to think she's a mukbanging channel. At this point, her live streams are live commentary about the content that has occurred surrounding her. This is her reaction channel. The Foodie Beauty channel is the reaction channel. Whether she likes to believe it or not, she reacts to FFG. She reacts to Shannon on her channel. This is her reacting right now. The fact that she's not showing a video, the fact that she hasn't clipped or edited anything together does not mean it is not a reaction.
Do I have any videos about you? No, I don't. So I said that. I replied back to her in the email. I said, you know what? I'm not going to even talk about, don't worry about it. I'm not going to talk about you guys at all anymore because when I lower myself to that level, I hate myself. And, but at the end of the day, yes, I said some personal details about you and commented on your
Chantal's level is the floor. That's why she's always sitting at it. She's always at the lowest level.
But did I sit there and call you the C word and body shame you as a former friend? Like,
just because somebody's called you a see you next Tuesday does not mean that their actions are any worse than yours. That is just a name. I would say talking about Shannon's mental health and talking about her suicide ideology and thinking and talking about her being in a facility that because she was struggling really badly that she's asked for help and put herself there. I'd say putting that out there under the framework of I've got a friend who's going through stuff. Shannon had not put it out there. She'd not posted anything. She'd not said anything. She'd reached out to you for a helping hand and you'd smacked that hand away and then embarrassed and humiliated her for putting it out into the public knowledge like we wouldn't figure out who it was. You don't have any friends. Shannon was your only friend. You put it out there first. Shannon hadn't put it out there at all. We were all there on the day because I remember sitting there going, shit, should she be saying this? Does Shannon know? I would have been mortified if I had been Shannon, hurt, gutted, and mortified. But Foodie didn't care because she had nothing else to talk about on the day.
like you did to me? No. Did I go and join forces with
I
the
know
enemy and bully?
filters.
No. Did I make a reaction channel about you, outing things about my personal life as a kid and growing up? No, I didn't. So,
And men call each other the CUNT name here in Australia as a term of endearment. So it does not have the impact. For me to call somebody a aunt is not that big of a deal in Australia. So whatever. Unless it's a man screaming at a woman in an abusive way. But otherwise it's like whatever. It's like an apostrophe mark. Not an apostrophe, an exclamation mark.
we're not even. So it's very funny that number one, you don't even, how do you have the money to sue me when last time I saw you, I gave you a few $100s. Like, so where are you gonna get the money?
Because not everybody lives like a financial idiot like you. She may have saved up. She may have been working. She may have paid off debts. She may have had money. She may have come into money. She may have someone who's offered to do it for free. She may be in a pay cycle or something where she's on the up. Her partner may have offered to pay for it. Family may be willing to pay for it. You don't know her financial situation. She doesn't put her shit out there online like you do.
Oh, FFG, talk about transactional relationship, right? I didn't tell everyone she was in a psych ward. She posted the pictures herself.
No, she didn't.
Are you
That's
kidding?
a lie.
Please give me a break.
No breaks.
Yeah, exactly, babe. Yep. So that's the tea with that.
No tea.
She sent me a cease and desist in an email saying that she's a Cornwall lawyer.
That's dirty dishwater. That's what that is. That's not tea.
She's gonna have me beaten up. I wouldn't put it past these lowlifes to threaten people with violence because it's all they know how to do.
Chantal, not more than 2 weeks ago, said that she would punch FFG in the face. Just saying.
Oh, that's one of the reasons. How did they find the beaver spray? I don't know, but actually they've boosted sales in that beaver spray. We don't even have any more in stock. And we're going to be making a lot more. Well, Salah's business will be making a lot more. And we are probably going to sell it as merch or something. I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do. People from Cornwall, no offense, I'm not the most cultured people. I should know I'm from there. And I wasn't cultured until I started traveling and expanding my horizons.
She's been to 2 places. She went to Cuba, which was an all-inclusive resort. Barely any culture there. She didn't get into the music. Karaoke does not count. Where was the culture? Where was the difference from? She was around other English-speaking tourists. There was no culture to be had there. She basically stayed in a hotel room. She went to the beach twice. Where was the culture? Where was the immersion in another culture? Kuwait. She's been to Kuwait. Literally it. She sat in all 3 of her apartments the whole time she's been there. She's been to the beach. She's been to a couple of museums. Nothing different from what she's experienced when she was in Canada. Where's the culture? She's around Arabic speakers. That's it. Like, I would not consider her cultured. I would not consider her a global traveler at this point. She's been to 2 countries other than her own homeland. No, Foodie, stop it. And eating food from a whole bunch of different places in the world, Chinese, Turkish, Middle Eastern, English breakfasts, hot pot pies, does not make you cultured. Food is not culture, Foodie. Stop it.
Yeah. Go away, SummerSlam. Bye. I'll have a lot more culture than these people.
Oh, you're welcome, no
Maybe I
filter.
don't like-
Everyone
So
is
I made a
pretty
mistake.
nice here, I
I talk
must
about this in
admit.
my
They're not
video on
seeing you
later.
next Tuesdays.
Because of Eat Again, we got the day wrong again, but they're delivering it today, actually. So I'll be getting that today. So I'll do a video of the unboxing, and then tomorrow morning I'll be starting for sure with the breakfast. But today I'm not going to order takeout. I'm not ordering takeout anymore.
She
Not even
did.
junk. So I'm gonna have something healthy. Like I'm gonna order just a single meal, like I did before with the one of the diet services. Really, Rudy.
Oh, Rudy's in there. I'm so glad she wasn't nasty to him either. She did read the time. She didn't understand why. Everyone knows Rudy, right? He does the time thing, but she wasn't nasty to him, so that made me feel nice. For Rudy, not because Chantal's nice. She's just an oblivious idiot.
That's crazy, yes. Why don't you ever take the high road? It's Eat and you're still speaking bad on people. Really? You're gonna judge me for like defending myself against something? I think I'm
That
pretty
is
nice
true.
compared to
She
how I
did.
usually used to talk.
She did ward off.
And I did actually wait till
me.
like it's pretty much after Eid, kind of. I mean, we already celebrated, so I'll just grab
By the way, guys, I'm not going to put anybody through the vlog, the stupid couples vlog. that is content the world can truly do without. A couple of reasons. I don't want to see Salah's stupid, dumb face. If I want to find out about Eid or any kind of traditional or informative things regarding the Muslim faith, Islam, their traditions, their important events, I'm probably going to go to Are You Serious? I would probably talk to Cowboy Dog, or I will just Google. Chantal will not be my source of information on anything Islam, anything Middle Eastern, anything Kuwait, because she's adult.
Come to an end if they just stopped watching your videos and let you be. Yeah,
Hi,
pretty much.
Abby
Like,
Cat.
because they need to make money.
Hi.
Like she did a video
Yeah.
on something, I think like, didn't I do a mukbang? She always copies me.
That's
Didn't I
such
do
a cute
mukbang
name,
on
Abby Cat.
the Ken and Barbie killers? And then she did one in like a fraction of the views. They need to make the same amount of money. They need to be just like,
FFG did a different type of reaction to the Ken and Barbie, because Chantal's mukbang, where she talked about those guys, I don't want to say their names because gross, was really boring. And in between her chewing fries and smacking her lips and saying 3 words and having another mouthful, not really talking about all the important talking points about that. And then FFG did her own reaction, in contrast, was a lot better. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope she does more, to be honest, because I enjoyed that format of true crime, of watching it with somebody else and talking about the talking points and having little insights to this, that, and the other. I enjoyed it. It was way better than what Foodie put out. But Foodie half-asses everything.
brave and talk about me because they're that uninteresting, I guess, or I don't know. With fair use content, which is not the case. All of them
It is
community guidelines,
Blue
bullying,
Moon.
harassment, just you. Yeah, they really do. I don't know how YouTube does whatever. Like, and they all they care about is money. I don't know. Like,
Foodie, you should be grateful that YouTube is whatever. Because if they weren't whatever, your channel would have been gone a long time. It would have been gone at the very beginning of the crackhead arc. When you were doing a lot of your shenanigans and a lot of the nakedness that you portrayed, the fact that we saw your labia and practically your breakfast most days should have got you yeeted, but it didn't, because YouTube didn't give a crap about it. So your gratitude should be that they're very complacent about a lot of bullshit. So just say thank you and move on.
how is it fair
Hi,
for you to just
Oceana.
watch somebody all their
Hello.
content and just comment how they smell,
Hi,
how fat they are?
Blondie.
Like, what? How is that transformative? How is that educational?
Can
or
you
any
hear her
insight to anything?
okay?
Actually, it just stains humanity and gives it a bad name, which is all that you exist for. Hi, Coffee First.
Turn her up a
Welcome,
bit.
salam. Anger management for me? How?
Just because you're not yelling doesn't mean you're not saying it with anger. Her motivation for a lot of the conversation that she has is anger. Anger fuels a lot of anxiety, insecurities, emotive reactions, mood swings. She's an angry person.
How am I being angry? I'm literally defending myself against people being angry against
No,
me
you're
and
not.
calling me all kinds of names.
No, you're not.
Maybe you should go over there, boo-boo, and go ask them to do that. Actually, wasn't Shannon in anger management? It's not working well, is it?
No, it actually is doing
I know Nikki
a pretty
too.
good job.
Hi, Tagline, I see you. You like woodsy smells? I like that too. Hey, be grateful. It's free advertising. Now you got people curious. Exactly. I prefer to think of the bees spray as helpful. Your schoolwork, are you studying me?
I would probably use the breezer spray as a cleaner, but I can't really take like a lot of cleaners that are very sweet smelling, and especially rose. Vanilla makes me feel a bit sick, but as long as it doesn't have any eucalyptus or mentholy smell, I can usually tolerate it. But if it's high rose, I can't. No.
Yeah, Coffee First. Yeah, it's Jordan seen
It might be nice. It might actually smell good. I don't know.
He was watching you with me all the time. Hi.
Hi, Valerie Valera.
I want me to say
That's a
11 at
cool
17.
name.
I think Jane Shannon convinced me to never come to Canada. No, they don't represent everybody, but a good portion, yeah. No. They're Cornwall. They represent Cornwall.
Hun, FFG's grown up in Montreal, so whatever. You represent Cornwall. All that you are. You are small town. You are narrow-minded, emotionally stunted, little town, basic, just a basic human. Like you don't know much about the world. You have very little life experience. I would not be knocking anybody who is from a small town because you are basically talking about yourself. Just because you got on a plane does not make you cultured. Doesn't make you cultured.
For sure. I'm glad I got out of there. No offense, but very small. Not everybody.
It's too
Not really
sweet.
down everybody, because I know some really good people from there, but there are a group of people who are very small-minded and just, you hear how they talk, you know?
Small-minded, big-boned.
It's not very useful. None of these people have lawyers. They copy paste a fake ass reviews paragraph.
I
All
don't
of the community
either.
goes against the community guidelines. She didn't even send me a cease and desist.
I like smells like sandalwood, neroli, musk, fruity scents that have a little bit of like sandalwood at the back, like actually like aftershave. Like I like a lot of the unisex scents or the male aftershave scents instead. I can't take high florally ones. They give me headaches and make me feel a bit sick.
She's like, I know a lawyer, bud, and I'm going to sue you, bud.
She didn't say bud, you idiot. You say bud. She's not 16, fool.
I like true crime. I don't like doing true crime. I tried it before. I lost interest. So I like watching it.
I'd say so.
You're in the 30s. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. In their 30s and parents who are like responsible for shaping the minds and morality of other human beings. That's why I bring that up. Because, you know, they're going to see this behavior and try to copy it. It's just like, ugh, anyway. One of our videos was even talking to someone.
Well, Chantal, due to circumstances, you'll never have to worry about anybody copying your behavior. Sometimes things just work out the way it's supposed to.
Cartoon about hoes on bullying. They're obsessed. Like it's the next level.
Oh, that's all right, Oceana.
If you stop streaming overnight, about 12 reaction channels would have zero content. That must annoy you to know they cash. Yeah, true. I know. I pronounced that so well. What did I say? What did I pronounce? Oh, wait, Salah said? What did Teardrop say? Why, Rudy? What the heck? I mean, I just spent 3 weeks in Malta. What a beautiful island. Nice, man.
Malta is gorgeous. Very, very, very hot. She would perish. She would pass away. She would unalive. But beautiful. They actually filmed some scenes. One of the places in Game of Thrones. The one of the desert countries or tribes, whatever. Actually, there's some castles in there on the land of Malta that they the country of Malta, where they filmed, and it's absolutely stunning. It's small, but it's stunning.
Peanuts, flaming hot peanuts and chili lime flavored. I love peanuts.
Has anybody been to Malta? Because I'd love to go.
They confuse us. I can never watch this. I know. I can never watch exactly. I watch clips from Yo Mama. That's it. You know.
Hi, natural. Hi.
Never. I value my brain cells, the remaining brain cells I have. Yeah, exactly. Being a parent, you teach your baby all the right things and hope they become good people. You don't just let them sit around body shaming other people and talking about whiskey when they're underage.
No, you certainly don't. But you wouldn't know about parenting, so you can shut up. She's never going to be a parent. She doesn't have the tools to be a parent. She doesn't have good judgment. She probably didn't. Well, can't say for sure, because you can't always blame the parent for the outcome of the child. Some parents are great and their kids are just shits. I would say that perhaps Chantal fell through the cracks a little bit with her mum, maybe because she was young. Just because you're a young parent doesn't mean you're going to be a crappy one, but she really has no foundation to be talking about parents or parenting.
At the end of the day, I don't rely on them for content. Like, I sit here and talk crap sometimes about things I hear.
Sometimes every single live stream you talk about all the reaction channels, whoever's out of favor at the time, but definitely talk about FFG for sure.
But I don't have to do content about them, and I'm so grateful for that. I can just like tune out.
Don't have to, you choose to.
And choose to just tune out whenever I want, and I don't have to worry about it.
You watch everything and everyone.
You know what I mean? I can just be. Hi, Ria. Good grimace shaking, Koi. No, but I'm starting my diet.
Hi, Amber. Hi.
You feel the Muslim culture is appreciative? Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I don't feel like, because yeah, it's, if you look at the
she's gonna just say basically the most vague, ridiculous nothing statement about the Muslim culture because she doesn't seem to know much, doesn't have much depth. It's all very surface level.
Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the way he like treated his wife Aisha was like there's a story of him like sleeping outside once because he didn't want to disturb her sleep when he came in the house. Like they revere their wives. Like there's a level of respect expected between a marriage, and that goes both ways. You know, people have misconceptions.
I don't know about you, but that's pretty much expected in Western culture, Eastern culture, Asian culture. Most cultures, respect between a married couple, respect between families is pretty much, we grow up. I don't know a culture where it's like, no, don't like women, disrespect them at every opportunity. That's across the board. That's sort of unique to being Islamic. Could be
I
wrong.
think that Muslim men are
Could
just,
be
like,
wrong.
super controlling and blah blah blah. You know, and being married to one, that's not true. I can see that.
She specifically went after somebody from the Middle East because she liked the idea that she wanted a strong, controlling man who would take care of her every need. Wouldn't have to worry about money, wouldn't have to worry about planning, wouldn't have to take control of the household, wouldn't have to do a thing or think for herself. She specifically went after someone because that's the stereotype she had in her head. She said that about Koki. She said that when she was looking on Tinder. She was looking for that. And she was so pleased when she met Salah because she was like, yay, I don't have to do anything. He's going to take care of everything. That's what she wanted. That's what she was looking for. But that's the stereotype we had in our head. But the audience was telling her that's not true. Not all men are like that. Not all Muslim men are like that. Not all Arabic men are like that. Just some of them, like any other culture, it's a small percentage. But she's schooling us guys that, you know, that's not what they're like. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay.
I can't speak for everybody, but there's like, even in non-Muslim relationships, there's men who are super controlling and, you know, so
Surprise
generalize
shocker,
really,
guys.
but there are a lot of
It's not all
misconceptions
of
for sure.
them.
But
It's
yeah, I hope I
in
can clear
every
this up on channel because
country.
honestly, like Sarah's the best partner, and he's
Sit down.
protective and
News flash.
oh yeah, that's common in some countries. Women, need to be accompanied by a man for sure. It's still in some countries, yeah. And the elderly, my husband has been sitting. Oh no, you're stuck inside. Yeah, that's too bad. I hope it.
Yeah, that would really suck for Foodie to be back home in Canada and be stuck inside. She'd be absolutely fanging to get out. She'd be climbing the walls, guys. Oh no, the air quality is bad. There are fires destroying acres and acres of Canada's natural beauty, and I'm stuck inside. Oh no. She doesn't give a shit. She doesn't even know if the fires are still burning. But she likes to call people ignorant. Yep. Irony. We should just call this the irony stream, not the hypocrisy stream, the irony stream.
It's scary. I don't remember Canada ever having bad forest fires like in my lifetime, but maybe.
Never. They've never had fires before. This is the first time ever.
There's a lot of cultural differences, like, and I think, you know, stereotypes come from I'm not saying ignorance in a bad way, but it is what it is. Like, you know, people are just not aware. Like me, if I come into Kuwait, it would be like so different than it is. Then I realize that it is. I had no idea, you know? So, you know, you live, you learn.
Does anybody think that she had this like Arabian Nights fantasy? Like she was going to live in a villa and he was going to walk around in black clothes with the hair and the you know, the long head coverings, and there's going to be big palm trees, and she's just going to pluck dates, and she's going to be walking through and walking into, like, you know, having this Middle Eastern dream, and she's really just living in a high rise with windows too small, no kitchen, with this tall, lanky loser. It's very suburban. It's very mundane, very everyday. It's not the whimsical fantasy that she probably had in her mind, which I think is great. I love it. Love it when a dream is crushed.
You live, you learn. That's why I find it so hypocritical for people to just sit behind an avatar without having any of this life experience that I'm having right now and just judge, you know?
What life experience are you having, Foodie? Tell me all about your life experience. Is it gaining nearly 100 pounds? Is it becoming immobilized? Is it becoming addicted to tobacco? Is it not cooking for yourself? Is it basically just being miserable on the daily? Is it just doing the same content you're doing at home, except now you've got Salah hitching along with his boring gaming channel? What's your life experience that you're gaining over there, Foodie? Because you haven't learnt the language. You barely know anything about the new religion you've taken on. Where's the life experience? Tell us about it. Tell us about the nuance. Give us the nuances, the itty gritty, your new hobbies that you were talking about last time. Tell us more. We are interested. We are focused. We are laser beam interested in this new Kuwaiti lifestyle that you have. Seems to be pretty similar to what was going on in Canada, I must admit. It's very, very reminiscent.
It's like you don't even know. So.
Hi, Granny Bluish. Hi.
Yesterday's water. Yesterday was saying healthy. Are the fires still actively burning? Kuwaiti dinar is the strongest currency. So
no, they've been put out. They've got a bucket of water. It's fine.
The things can, I know. I thought things would, I don't know. I didn't understand the currency thing. And I thought everything would be cheaper. Like a lot of things are in a way, but, when you do the conversion, sometimes it's equal. I don't know.
But she's an idiot because they're like, oh, yeah, you're smart because the dinar is the strongest currency, but she's not earning dinars. She's earning American dollaritos. She's got the American money coming into her bank account. It's not an advantage for her to be earning Canadian American dollars. It would be an advantage if she was earning Kuwaiti currency, but she's not because her American or Canadian dollars are being translated into dinar. Salah and his little pumpity pump sprays, that's earning Kuwaiti money, so that's great. But Kuwaiti translate to Kuwaiti. There's no advantage for the currency for either of them. But, her beezes, they're sharp.
Pretty nice, dude. Go back in the subway. Did I go to Sudbury? No. Did I? No. I went to North Bay once. There was nothing there. I'll probably just stay on for a little bit longer because...
and I did try my very best, guys. I did find that the shisha smoking is very much like a slate clapping. It's actually a really good marker for when she's going to say something because she'll go puff, puff, puff. She usually does 3 puffs. She'll go and then she'll move on to her next tangent or her next thought or her next comment. So it's actually good because whenever she goes to take a puff, I can cut, listen. If it's crap, cut it out. It actually makes the editing go a little bit faster. It's annoying to listen to, but it's like the slate clapping. So it's kind of good. I found my silver lining.
It's just starting. I'm excited to get my delivery from the diet food. I want to start it.
If she's an eager beaver to start it, she can start it now. She can start it right that second. She could go and set a timer. I'm only going to eat every 4 hours. No, that's what she should do. I'm throwing out a suggestion. Okay, I'm not a diet expert. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just a former fat girl. What she could do to help her not binge or to work through her hunger, perhaps, is to set a timer. I'm going to eat every 4 hours, every 3 hours, or every 2 hours. And I'm going to eat 6 or 8 small meals during the day. So I'm going to constantly feel hungry, but I'm not going to be binging. Set a timer and then stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out. It's going to give her stomach a chance to shrink because that's her biggest problem because she's got a massively large stomach. Give her chance to shrink. She doesn't have to change what she's eating at all. She's just got to eat certain times, but regular portions, just more frequently. And it can be whatever she wants. Set the timer and then space it out a little bit more. And then she can start transitioning the food into more healthier options. She has a BED and just going straight from that to a 1,200 calorie diet is like just literally like the stupidest solution ever. It will never, ever, 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 ever work. She needs a therapist and she needs a strategy. She's just, yeah. Okay. But I think the timer thing would be good because she needs to feel full. She needs to have that feeling because her brain's trained and her body's trained. She needs to learn hunger cues. She needs to learn to sit in hunger for a little bit. She doesn't have much tolerance for it right now. So short windows of time, then expanding them out to longer windows of time. And then she may actually create like the right cues for her body. But she'll never do it. She'll never talk to a therapist. She'll never do it.
Okay, then I'll just be less tempted to order, you know. Totally addicted to ordering food. It says being outside the equator just
Yeah, 100%
Yeah,
agree.
it's,
Natural ginger. She needs inpatient.
She's
She's so her bed is just really bad.
Yeah, anything I have. And yeah, preparing for a long fast too. Read books on autophagy. Autophagy? I don't know. But negative terror, I know. If I had the willpower to do it, I totally believe in that. Like just a reset, you know. It's so hard. My plan is to not just jump right into it, but to like I think starting with the diet plan with the 1,200 calories, then starting on something like Weight Watchers or something like that. And
she does realize that a 3-year-old toddler eats about 1,200 calories in a day. So for somebody like herself, who's eating massive portions I reckon she probably eats between 5 to 10,000 calories a day, for her to try and be like, I'm going to eat 1,200 calories in a day, is not, she's not even really thought about it. She's not spoken to anybody professionally to give her advice to say that is not going to work for you. I understand why she's doing it though. She's on a deadline. I still absolutely think there's a date, and she's like, right, I'm going to go real low cal. I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to fight my way through it. I'm going to lose like 50 pounds in a month, and I'm going to be able to make this goal. It won't happen because she is like, okay, I'm going to use language and I've got to try and code it. So pay attention, guys. If she was the opposite of what she is in the bed department, someone like a lady like, someone we know, Eugenia, if Eugenia turned around tomorrow and went, I'm just going to start eating 3,000 calories a day, and my seating disorder is just going to go away and the plan's going to work out perfectly. How do you think that's going to go? Fail. Foodie's just on the opposite end of that. I'm going to restrict, and it's going to work out perfectly, and I'm not going to have any problems, and I'm not going to fail. It's exactly the same thing. She's just on the other end of it. Therapy, inpatient treatment. There is just, I as a person from the outside just cannot see any other solution for her. She'll never do it.
And then maybe further down the line, you know, it sounds like a fart. Yeah. Gary, are you making videos again? When do you think your next visit to Canada will be? Canada. Stan, I don't know. I don't have any plans to go at the moment. Like we have big plans to do traveling to different countries first.
She might have plans, but Sala does.
And a lot of the countries, I think, while I'm in Kuwait, I think it's financially and strategically smart to do certain countries all on this side of the hemisphere first. You know what I mean? Your haters are actually...
Agreed. Like for me, people like Jade and Ginger, because they live in Scotland, right? Base camp. That would be base camp for me. So when I come and stay at Jade's house, because I'm coming, Jade, and then I'm going to come stay at Natural's house. I'm going to stay there. That's going to be my base camp. And what I'm going to do is going to save up my dollary dues, and I'm going to get on the train. And I'm going to go to Spain. I'm going to go to Greece. I'm going to go to France. I'm going to go to Mallorca. I'm going to go to Ibiza. And I'm going to paint myself in reflective glow-in-the-dark paint, put on a two-piece, and I'm going to the night away like a 40-year-old freak. I would be going everywhere in Europe if I had a base camp over there. She's right. Where she is fantastic for traveling. There's so many countries and so many continents around her. But the world traveler Foodie is restricted by the fact that her eating is getting in the way. Imagine she was a rug user. Your addiction would stunt you because you would need to go to someone new and be able to find what you needed. And that's very difficult. You need to find the funds. You need to find a source to get what you needed. Same thing with food. She'd need to be able to go somewhere, get the food, get the quantities that she wants, have the, like, it's a whole process. Sit down, plan it out, spread it out, eat it in the way she wanted. It's a whole ritual. She would need to plan around it. The ED is holding her back, but her size, her health, it's all stunting her. She's stunted.
Biggest fans. I swear. They have to be.
Hi,
so
Okie
obsessed. I
doll.
can't.
Hi.
I could
Hi,
never
Chili
trust someone
D.
I don't like.
Hello. Yes, we're all going. We're all
Oh,
going to
no
stay in Jade and Natural's
That's
place. I have this image in my head. Sorry, Natural, I'm going to call you out. I imagine that Natural Ginger lives in like a Scottish castle. That's what I have in my head. I know she probably doesn't. I know she probably lives in a quaint little cottage house on a beautiful lane, lots of greenery, muddy paths. But I imagine she lives in this historic, gorgeous castle that everybody can sleep in. We're all going to go, or we're all going to like pitch a tent in her big front yard, like her castle yard. And it's all going to be like those music festivals. We're all just going to have our little tents, a couple of porta potties, and we're all just chilling and hanging out. That's what my fantasy is in my head.
Isn't the Arby's 5 for $5? $5 for 5 Arby's sandwiches.
Yay,
I
I'm
could
going to
probably
Scotland.
eat- Were they medium or regular? There's nothing wrong with this, right? It's the posted that makes it hard to send worldwide. Yeah, base camp. If I could get past the small airplane situation, then
Do we all think the small aeroplane is like literally the least of her problems? The small plane, she probably can't fit on the small plane. That's why it's probably problematic. The weight distribution is probably all out of whack. She doesn't have any fear of planes. She doesn't. It's the anxiety about being too big, perhaps being stopped at the gates, perhaps not being allowed to board. I think that's what's holding her back.
perhaps, but that airplane is dangerous. Has a high fatality rate. Imagine. I'd have to be.
She lives in the
So let's
cave
say
in a
I don't
Highlands.
achieve
I'll
my
stay
goal,
in a cave. I don't
and
care.
losing enough weight and
As long as
becoming
it's
more active, then sure, that would probably be achievable.
warm,
Because honestly,
I'm
Nepal
fine.
is a short plane ride. It's not that bad. It's nothing compared to if I was in Canada and went to Nepal.
That's why
You know,
I think
there's a
that's
lot of
why I
airlines that do
think
that,
that because she's a
trip here
queen.
for not that much money. Hi, Laganja. Gary, trust me, you're not that important.
Gary's very important. It's Foodie who sucks. Just wanted to throw that in there.
That's why delivery was so expensive in Canada. I don't get it. I know.
She's probably too
No,
heavy.
I haven't seen Colleen Ballinger. What's going on with that? I hate drama like this, but I don't know.
She
if I know
loves
what she
it.
do.
We all love it. Not
Anything really
Colleen,
bad?
but the drama.
I didn't even know she was still making content. Lucifer. I have in the past, but
Hi,
I don't think
Jason.
that's gonna be,
Hi.
a thing to do here.
Hello. Long time no see.
Like, I think it's affected my breathing a little bit, but not much actually. The shisha, like compared to when I used to smoke weed and cigarettes. My horse is squeaky frog. Actually, I've featured a lot of random people. Like,
Oh, yeah. I could imagine Ginger. And I don't know why, but I imagine Ginger's probably like I don't know. Like Braveheart. I imagine she's dressed like Princess Leia, like when she was like chained up by Jabba the Hutt, running up and down with this sword, like kind of like a hybrid between Joan of Arc and Princess Leia, and just running up and down like, kill them all, you bitches. That's what I imagine. And we're all just like, rah! And we've all got like, it's not war paint, but it's like Coachella, like markings, and it's all like neon fluoro pink, and we've all got like our Coachella outfits on, and we're all just like, charge! And she's like, yeah! And we're just running, not to anywhere in particular, but we're just charging for the sake of charging. Because it's fun.
her bestie, but not her boyfriend. Oh yeah. Her boyfriend never goes anywhere with her on these little excursions. Yeah, he didn't even try it or anything.
That's because I think probably some people have jobs and they have things to do between 9 and 5. That's probably why FFG's boyfriend doesn't go, because he has a job. He's either working at night, sleeping in the day, or he's working through the daytime, and he doesn't have time to be pouncing around Cornwall. That's all I'm saying. And some people don't need to be with their partner 24 freaking 7.
She likes to flex that she has a one-up on me on a lot of things, right? Or so she thinks. So why wouldn't she rub her man in her in our faces, please?
Because some people don't think having a boyfriend or a partner of any kind, of any sex, gender, is a flex or anything to be noted. It's not important. I'm important. The fact that I'm in a couple means absolutely bullshit because I'm enough all on my own. And some people's partners have no fucking interest in you or any of the shit that involves you.
Imaginary. Oh well. What flavor is it? Purple?
Like all the imaginary boyfriends that you made up that you were talking to on Tinder that just magically popped up when you tried to make Cokie jealous, like George Glass, Nick, all the boys that you made up. That's embarrassing, right?
Are there any emotions that keep you from being able to eat? Yeah, like really problems that are not solved that really get to me. Like really bad depression, like
She's managed to eat her way through Cokie. She's managed to eat her way through her bankruptcy. She's managed to eat her way through the DD situation. She's eaten her way pretty much through all of the bad crap that she's got that's happened in the last 18 months. She never slowed down once. The only time she lost weight, and that wasn't through the lack of eating, was when she was on the okey cokey. That's all. I've not seen any situational depression with her that has curbed her appetite. So, okay.
well, no, because I do sometimes eat a lot when I'm depressed, but situational depression mostly. And like, sadness.
Hi,
like, real
Boo.
sadness.
Hello. No, we've
Um,
got ages to go still because I keep
no, I
pausing
really
and
don't have time to
talking a
speak.
lot.
For all occasions. It's just like it helps me cope with a lot of things, And my body's accustomed now to eating a certain amount, so it's hard to just stop. Chantal, do you think you'll visit the Levant? Yes, Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Israel. Yes, inshallah, Stan. For sure, I'd love to. We would like to, especially like Lebanon and Jordan. We might. I know Lebanon would be cool for sure. Like we were talking about it, but we'll see.
She's just thinking
like,
about the
these props
food.
I give you props for doing the plane ride to Kuwait. I could never. I had to take a Xanax just to fly a 2 to 3 hour trip. I had to take a Xanax for an MRI because of claustrophobia, and laying there for so long. But
I've never had an MRI.
for the plane,
I've never
no, I'm not
needed
afraid of it. I
one.
find it
And
exciting.
it
Like I
sounded
love
a
it. I
bit
love takeoff, and I love. I don't know. Just the experience. I'm more used to it now. Like I have no problem with the airports now because I know how it works. My anxiety comes from the unknown and not knowing how something works. So I obsess over things like that. Like if we want to go to a restaurant or to a place out in Kuwait, I Google it and like check out what it looks like, check if there's going to be seats and that kind of thing. So I know what you mean though. Some people have.
She's checking to see if there's high stools because I used to do the same thing. I'd walk in and my stomach and my heart would just drop when I'd see at the bar they were the high stools and there was hardly any tables with like chairs. And then I would check out the chairs to see if they had arms on them or to check out like if they had steel frames or if they were a plastic frame. These things were the things that used to concern me and bother me. And I used to get really upset, like not cry, but I would get like anxious and angry because anger is usually the fuel for anxiety. And I used to worry about those things, especially when they have club chairs that have the molded sides, because you'd sit in them and you'd be like, ugh. I would be happy if I saw chairs with no arms or no sides. And a lot of restaurants don't have them. You don't think of these things when you're big, but that's what she's looking for. We don't want high bar stools and we don't want chairs with arms or sides. And when we've got them, it makes the whole thing just shit because you're uncomfortable the whole time. And my feet used to fall asleep because my butt was so big, my toes would hardly touch the floor and the blood circulation to my feet would get cut off. So my feet would fall asleep a lot. That was another uncomfortable thing about eating out.
Really bad fear of flights. And I think that's why my family could never visit me here. The flight is very arduous because you have to take like.
Oh, thank you for
Okay,
this
if you pay the extra
super
money, I always pay the
sticker.
extra money and do, like, the more direct
Pooper
flights,
Lives
so there's one
34.
stop in
Thank you
Qatar.
so much.
So it's like $13
Oh.
from Canada to
Oh,
Qatar. and then
almost
from-
forgot. Okay, good vibes. Okay, may your milkshakes always be shaky and frothy and thick. May your fries always be hot and crispy. May your the lipstick and your nail polish always match if you wear them, boy or girl, doesn't matter. And may your shoes always be soft and comfy. There you go. Good vibes.
Qatar to Kuwait. That's pretty direct. If you look at the cheap flights, which is half price, it gives you the runaround, man. You have to stop in like, like let's say I wanted to go home, I'd have to stop in like Frankfurt and then like Boston and then like, you know what I mean? So it's like a couple of stops.
Okay, guys, we need to take note because none of us, not a single person on the YouTubes or that watches Foodie has ever booked a flight or traveled international to understand that cheaper flights often have more stopovers. Hence, the cheaper flight And because there's more stopovers, the flight duration's longer. Good tip there, guys. Take it from Foodie Beauty, World Traveller, that cheap flights often mean more stopovers. Noted.
So
Oh, potato face. Nobody cares.
that was an epic apology. Who?
We know what apology
Yeah,
she's
fast
talking
food
about.
and sugar
We
and
know, but she
taxes.
doesn't know.
Like they do that with cigarettes in Canada. Like they want people to discourage people from eating it.
Hi, Antonis. Hi.
What the heck was it, Laganja? Really? What did she do?
Oh, and with the blood clots, perfect.
No, okay. You're not a loser because you're single. Like he's calling.
Perfect gift for Foodie. Pressure socks. You know, the pressure socks that you put on so you don't get deep vein thrombosis during your flight. Perfection. Get us some nice coloured ones if we can.
FFG loser is because she makes all of her content, and all of her content she criticizes our marriage and says it's loveless. When she literally, what makes her loser is inventing a boyfriend, inventing a man at her age, and then criticizing and projecting onto us.
It is a bit losery to invent boyfriends or men that are talking to in chat. But you know what else? And I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I also think ordering a synthetic boyfriend, because she almost ordered a synthetic boyfriend, is sliding into losery territory. Now, I understand there are people out there that find human interaction really uncomfortable. They find human contact and human physical touch really uncomfortable. And in those circumstances, I totally get why this is the best avenue for them. However, we know this one, when she was with Koki, oh, we need to do it 10 times a day. I need X. I need to do it. I need to be touched. I need to be kissed. I love kissing. Oh, she loves tacticity. She loves to be touched. She loves the D. She loves the pain. She was foaming at the bit to get herself a man that had a detachable and interchangeable weens. The only thing that I think put her off was the fact that she would have to clean it. It was not self-cleaning. No, she would have to hose that bad boy down. And we know that Foodie is not the cleanliest lady in the world. Couldn't keep her villa clean, couldn't look after her cats properly. So I guess a synthetic man with a detachable ween just added to her workload. So we nixed that idea. I think that's kind of losery. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, that's probably the loseriest thing you could do. Making up a boyfriend, yeah, it's a little bit. But something tells me that FFG probably has got a man and he probably works and he's probably not interested on being the YouTubes. That's why we don't see him. Yeah, I honestly think so.
That's what makes her a loser. Hey, Bugs. Exactly, babe. Derek, he always says girls.
Yeah,
wow.
Stupid limp dick salad.
True,
Yeah.
but I went up. No offense. We only Big Mac meal and quarter pounder, yum. See, normal people can do that, Rhea, but if I was on a long stint of not eating fast food and then I one day splurged and had a Big Mac and a fry, my brain would freak out and I would want more.
Well, here's another plan. Have 6 meals a day and make 2 of them fast food. Make 2 of them normal, regular serves. Big Mac meal or Burger King meal, but everything else has to be a diet-related food or a healthy version or an unhealthy version, but just a small portion. But just say, yeah, I get to have takeaway twice today. And then eventually, once you get used to the smaller portions and you start widening your window between your meals, you can start cutting it down to perhaps having just healthy food and not fast food, and wean it down to 1 time a takeaway, and then once every 2nd day, and then once every 3rd day, or once every 4th day, and then eventually you'll only have it once a week. But you're not going to be able to do this transition in a freaking month. This is going to take a year, 2 years to actually get where she needs to be. But she has done. She's not interested in the long-term effects. She's not interested in working hard. She wants it now. She wants it done. She wants it out of the way. And it just doesn't work like that. The human brain and the human body just doesn't work that way.
More and more and more. I would be at the end of that fast food meal and I would be like, it's over. It's almost over. You know, it's hard. It's really hard.
Oh, they're the only babies food you'll ever have is
What is your
botfly
plan for
babies.
handling cravings? I haven't thought of joining a 12-step group, but I have. So the meals seem satiating to me. So like before, I think my failure part of it was always being too drastic, you know?
What about a 1,200 calorie diet would be satiating? I can't imagine anybody. I would struggle. I can only eat small amounts of food. I can only probably eat about a cup of food at a time. 1,200, I don't even eat 1,200 calories in a day. That would be restrictive for me. And I have a small stomach. I have like a little baby tummy. Literally eat out of toddler bowls. And that would be like, oh, 1,200, really? Come on. Like, no, if I want bread and I want to eat rice and I want to eat pasta, I cannot eat 1,200 calories in a day. If I completely took out carbs, I could probably do it. How is this one who literally will eat a pot full of rice going to expect to eat 1,200 calories in a day? Like, how does she think she's going to be satisfied with 1,200 calories in a day? Unless she's eating just 3 massive, huge salads a day, there's no way she could do 1,200 calories. No way.
So the fact that I can eat breakfast, lunch, snacks, and a dessert and a meal, like 3 meals, hopefully that will keep me satiated enough, but with less calories. So I think the idea is like eating food, but I think they cook it with like healthier alternatives. You know, like if they use cream, they use lower fat or something like this, you know?
Her biggest mistake is that she's focusing on the food. She needs to focus on her mindset, her moods, and her coping strategies. The food doesn't matter. She could eat the healthiest food in the world, but she will never get past the machinations in her brain or her body is used to, the chemicals that are running through her habits, her instincts, her eating instincts. The food is inconsequential at this stage. Everything else needs to be transformed. The food, pointless. It's pointless.
Like with the lasagna. Like you can have lasagna. We're gonna have lasagnas. Rice was gonna be probably like measured rice, right? So my joy is gone. What joy, Laura? I don't know what you mean by that, but explain. I don't know how people like just tell me how I feel when you don't know, you know?
Yeah.
No, I'm really curious. What do you mean by joy?
You're right,
Like, I feel really
Antonis.
silly?
She's
Maybe, I mean, I still do, but I think a little bit, I'm a little more subdued, yes. It's a different life. It's a different happiness. Let's stay away from at the moment. Oh, really, Vamp? It's insanely hard.
the happiness that she had in Canada was not happiness at all. It was edibles. She was giggling and slurry and just out of her mind on edibles. Smoking the weeds, eating the weeds, eating food. That was literally it. That she had all her things. She had the X, she had her edibles, she had her food, she had her smoke. She had the 4 things that she required, and she had the money because she was getting the views, she was getting the attention and the views. In Kuwait, all she's got is the food. She's not getting any of the other stuff. Views are down. She doesn't get the hug box. People aren't there for her anymore. She's only got food, hence how her ED has become so inflamed and she's gained so much weight since she's been there. She doesn't have the other things to help her cope.
If someone doesn't have a vlog type channel, why should they have a very personal aspect of their lives on YouTube? There's thousands of different kinds of channels that don't involve personal info. Hi, Mike. But those channels don't usually just make an entire channel about somebody judging them. You know what I mean? And bullying them. So I'm just pointing out.
I don't know about you guys, but in my eyes, bullying is when you pick on someone smaller, weaker, defenseless. I find it really difficult to look at the way that people react to Foodie as bullying. I just can't. I literally look at it as a peer going against another peer. She's awful and we're awful in return. Literally. If she was a girl at school that I went to school with, or she was a girl in the workplace with me, a woman, I'll say because we're both women, women in the workplace, and she was bitchy to me like she is on YouTube, I would give it to her straight back because we are on the same level. I do not believe it is bullying at all because she's nasty. So we give her shit back. Tit for tat, fat for fit.
These people are bigger mess, you know? So
How does she says that all the time. How does she know how messy we are? How broken down does she think our lives are? She would probably be surprised at how together a lot of us are, despite the obstacles of mental health issues, despite the fact that we've probably got some health issues as well that we've overcome and worked through. Despite the fact that a lot of us don't have a lot of resources, as in finances. She doesn't know our position in life. She assumes that because we're on here and we're interested in girl world, that we too are problematic like she is. She assumes it because that's projection. Because she's so messy, she assumes everybody else, because we're also on YouTube, are messy too. She doesn't know how most of us live our lives. This could be our dirty little secret. This just might be the muckiest thing about us. She doesn't know. She assumes and she projects.
it doesn't matter if you're a commentary channel. If you're going to
Hi, Mandy. Oh, did you go to the Pondu
Um,
reunion today?
Why am I so depressed and sad?
I
I'm
was
depressed.
listening to a little bit
Depressed
before
because
work.
I'm clinically depressed. I have mental illness and I take medication for it.
Mhm.
So it's not a situational depression.
Whoop-de-doo.
So no matter where
So
I
do
am in
most
life, no
of
matter how
us.
happy I am, nobody's happy 100% of the time. It's not like moving here was a magic pill, right? I still have problems. I
Oh,
still have
yeah, hit the
issues, and
like.
I am
I
much happier
always
because I
forget.
have not been on live
Hit
stream
the like
crying
button,
and bawling my
please.
eyes out like I did for the past year and a half. So you know that my relationship is happy, like in general, because you know me. If it wasn't, I would be on here freaking out. But I am a lot more private now. And so a lot of my moments where I'm happy and doing things with the law, I just, limit my content to try and keep my personal life offline because I get attacked for it a lot and it gets weaponized. And I don't think that's healthy for me anymore.
Would your everyday life being weaponized against you be healthy at any stage? No. I'm going to translate because I speak Fupa. It doesn't give me the revenue that I used to experience when I was living in Canada and going through all the bizarre crap with Koki. Sulla is so boring, people don't want to watch him and me together. It's not worth it to talk about it because I already get enough crap because he's so dull and boring and just nobody likes him. That's what she said, translated. Oh, the volume drops for a little bit, but then it comes back, guys, I promise.
I could literally do a video now with screenshots of all of the times I've been to the psychiatric ER, all of my mental health diagnosis, all my medications, and it would just never be good enough. So whatever, why am I going to just sit here explaining myself? I'm going to tell you a lot of the reasons for my mood changes are my mental illness for sure. Intermittent fasting and walking definitely will do it. Yeah.
I guess we could all say that. I remember I used to go through phases where every time I had my cycle, and the first 4 or 5 years I was with my husband, every month, divorce. I want a divorce. He would be doing absolutely nothing wrong, but my brain, I would get so depressed during those 5 to 7 days that I would just be like, nah, I'm leaving. I'm going to get my own place. I'm going to have all white furniture. I'm going to have roses and flowers everywhere. It's going to be blissful. No one to annoy me. No one touching my stuff. No one stealing my chargers and eating my food. It's going to be bliss. But I had to make a deal with myself because I would just get so emotional. No big decisions, no haircuts, no moving plans, no contacting lawyers. No big decisions are made during when I'm on my cycle. We just don't do anything big. We don't plan anything. We don't buy anything. We don't go anywhere. Because I knew myself that I was not making rational decisions. That was a mental health issue that coincided with girl stuff. But I was self-aware enough. She doesn't have that the ability to understand herself and work work with herself or talk to herself or analyze herself. She just leans into it. She's a lean inner. She leans into it. She goes with it because it benefits her. It excuses away her bad behavior because she's got impulse control, guys. Issues that are untreated, incorrectly diagnosed, untreated by professionals. She just lets it go. No, just takes whatever they throw at her and just never gets it fixed up or checked. But that's, management. Oh, Hannibal's back. Oh, Hannibal, where are you?
That is like I can't open the door and get out on my own terms. I'm like,
yeah, same, Hannibal, exactly the same.
On a 9-hour flight to Ireland, I didn't use the bathroom.
I had a work day the other day and I was there. I literally came home. I was dead on my feet. My muscles were sore. My back was sore. My brain was sore. I moved an entire department around and it took me all day. It took me from 9 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm sitting there thinking, Chantal can barely walk to her fridge without nearly passing out from an asthma attack. She couldn't do my job, and yet she shits all over us for those people who have normal lives and work and tries to make out like this is our income. No, we actually get up, get dressed, organize ourselves, cook our meals, drag our asses to work an entire day doing physical activity. Some of us work in offices, some of us work in plants or manufacturing or retail or policing and nursing. We're on our feet all the day, moving around, talking to people, interacting, physically moving our bodies, doing heavy, hard tasks. She wouldn't have been able to spend doing my job for 10 minutes. She would have an asthma attack and pass out. So when she shits on us for having actual jobs, I get a bit offended, to be honest, because I work my ass off to provide for myself and my family and my husband. And I've worked really hard to get where I am so I can do that because I have to do that. I have to work. I have to. I don't have the option to not work. I don't look at YouTube as an income stream. It's not. It is something that I just do for fun. And I do it whenever I want. And my topic is giving Foodie Beauty shit because it's fun and I like it. And that's probably the meanest thing about me because this is the only mean thing I do in my life. I'm nice to everybody. I'm a very gregarious person. I'm very social and stuff like that. But I'm also very introverted and I like to stay home. This is why it's a perfect hobby for me because I don't have to leave my house. I can sit here, talk to you guys. I can say what I want, do what I want, edit how I want, learn new skills. And then I can not do this, go to work, do my job, which is enough social fucking interaction for me for a lifetime, come home, sit down, watching YouTubes and while my hours away until I have to get up and go back to my job again. Nobody's relying on YouTube, Foodie. Nobody. We all have actual real lives. And we have actual real life consequences when we act like assholes. Not like you. Not like you. That is one Foodie's luxury. She can act like an asshole and just get paid for it.
Bathroom, please. I did that the first time I came here, but then the last time I was like, whatever. And I was fine. The bathroom was fine, but I was really close to the bathroom. I don't like walking through the aisles and people looking at you. Kiara, jealous of what? Actually, I'm really not a jealous person. Except for like sometimes over like when I'm like with my husband or something. But
oh no, I think sometimes when I say certain words about her is mean, but I don't care that it's a bit mean. I think Foodie deserves a little bit of meanness because she expects so much kindness from idiots in her chat. A little bit of mean's good for the soul, keeps her a bit humble, keeps her a bit grounded. The little tiny little bit that we can give her anyway.
I haven't had a reason to be jealous yet.
But she doesn't watch any of us anyway, Hannibal. So
I don't have kids, but I would never encourage them to talk negatively about others. Like, I don't have kids right now. That's why I just feel free to just do what I want and say what I want because I'm not responsible for shaping an individual right now. So whatever, But freaks they are, yeah. Oh, at Cuba range? I don't understand. Like, I heard people say that I'm smug. Well, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to be? Like, I really don't understand. I don't get it.
We would expect you to be humble. We would expect you to have a little bit of humility and humanity. We would expect you to have a little bit of compassion. We'd expect you to have a little bit of self-awareness. We'd expect you to try and self-improve. We would expect you to want to be kinder to the people in your chat, kinder to the people in the outside world, because that's a human way to be. We would expect that from a person. The reason reaction channels are out is that we lose hope. Every single day, it gets less and less and less and less and less and less till it gets to the point where we just don't think you're going to ever change, because you won't ever change. I don't think she'll change. I don't think she has those qualities as a person. I don't think she has those attributes.
I don't care, but
yeah, she cares a
that's why I'm
lot.
sleeping a lot.
She absolutely
Oh,
cares.
she should make you drowsy. Thanks, Agree.
Oh, Natural is the meanest of the
What are you,
meanies. She's a big fat meanie. And I love her for it.
Yeah, of course I've had many joyful moments in life. I think most people have. You can fake a happy smile, but even if you have lovely
Name them. Name a joyful moment. Tell us one, Foodie. Just off the top of your head, tell us a joyful moment in the last 6 months that you've had. Just tell us one.
Partner, it makes no difference. A partner will just help you write out the bad days. Yeah, that's exactly it. You're responsible for your own issues, your own mental health. I hate when people say, for example, why does Salah let her eat this way? Salah discourages me from eating junk food. He does. He doesn't think that I should eat the way I do a lot of the time. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be any more easy.
Which basically means she's disrespecting and not listening to him on a daily basis, because she eats poorly and like crap every single day. And if she has not sat down and harangued him within an inch of a life when he's put his foot down and said, no, you're not buying takeaway, we're buying groceries, we bought groceries. Do we honestly believe that she's just like, Salah, you don't understand my disorder. I have cravings and I need some Burger King. Can you please, just if you love me, will you please get it for me? Do you think that's how that conversation went? A reasonable, rational person with a raging ED? I can tell you now that is literally not how it went. I can imagine what it went like, because I've had those episodes where I've just gone off my tree because I'm so hungry and emotional and I needed to eat that I've lost my shit. I've absolutely done that. So I know that's what's happening.
For me to do it, and he's not a doctor. He's not a binge eating doctor. He's not
smart enough to be a doctor.
Qualified to do that. He's supportive, and that's what he should be. It's not his responsibility to heal me. It's not his responsibility to cure my eating disorder. It's not his responsibility to go, you can't eat that, because I'm an adult.
No, but it's his responsibility as your partner to hold you accountable.
Oh yeah, I haven't taken that in a long time.
And give you expectations.
I took it before I was Muslim, but I don't think they're controlled substance. Yeah, I am in Love Community tab. How does my videos with Salah show anything but me being happy? Like, where do you get to make that judgment? You don't live with us. You're not inside my head.
Oh my God. I could never live with these two idiots. Could you imagine? You'd be banging on the door. Shut up. Turn that fucking Jim Carrey movie off. You've listened to it 5 times already today, you idiots. Shut up. I've got to get up and go to work in the morning. Turn it off, idiots. 3 o'clock in the morning, Jim Carrey. Piss off.
You're not an expert on my life. So how do you say I'm not happy?
Because you've gained 100 pounds since you've been in Kuwait. No happy person gains 100 pounds in 7 months. Nobody sits and talks angrily about all the things that other people are doing every day. No one's so annoyed and so bothered every day. Nobody's hiding themselves under abayas and hijabs simply because they hate themselves so much every day if you're a happy person. They're just not. They're just not.
Wherever you go, there you are. Exactly. Good. Keep your personal life private. For sure. Yeah. Thanks, Albany. You were very joyful when you were back home, and I just seem depressed. I remember crying almost every stream, Laura. I don't remember being joyful in the past little while at all. No,
I don't remember her crying every stream. I remember her being high and slurry every stream, but I don't remember her crying every stream.
Maybe it being when I was like, really silly before the swordfish days, maybe. But I was like the same. I had a lot of depressing times. My binge eating disorder was actually at the worst, and I was very unhappy a lot of times. Actually,
she lost 70 pounds during swordfish time. So, okay.
So I think we just remember it differently. My content was different. It's
selective memory,
But No, it's a different kind of life for sure. I see more chill. Once you make
Totally
you
more
think you stop
chill.
talking to former
100%
bosses and managers
way
and
more
come on Sunday
chill.
where people work and live. Do you think she means your family? Hater tater, I don't know, but I really don't know how people condone that kind of behavior. It's disgusting. Like that's like another level of obsession.
There is doxing is the worst. You're right, Foodie. There is nothing scummier than somebody who doxes per se. Somebody who doxes like an old sick lady in a nursing home. That's pretty gross.
And if she does do that and admits it, that's just more for my case, honestly.
The case.
So, yeah. Again, don't mistake my silence for inaction. I take
I could never, because you never
Sulfalex.
shut up about it.
It's like escitalopram is the generic. They're hypocrites, man. That's all they do is target the same people, the same women. Are you kidding? I'm also on medication, and I don't know. How does his wife not find his behavior disgusting? Like, he has a wife.
The same way that Salah doesn't find your behavior disgusting. They probably accept all of that person. And Gary's partner is probably like, watched your shit and thinks you're garbage. Watched Nada's shit, thinks they're garbage. She's probably like, hun, if this makes you happy, you go for it. Go for it. It's an outlet for Gary. It's probably one way of expressing and helping people. His own mental health is probably helped out by making people laugh, making people feel happy, seeing the comments, getting the reaction and the response from the chat. It's not your content that makes him happy. It's the back and forth with the chat. But, Salah can sit there and think you're the cutest little piece of crap on the planet. Why can't Gary's partner also think he's pretty cool for if he's a bit mean sometimes, or a bit loud, or a bit ostentatious, or a bit, tells a cheesy, cringy joke? Who cares? Gary can do whatever he wants, and his partner can love him just the way that Salah loves you.
He sits there making fun of other women's bodies online for a cheap laugh.
Salah talks about FFG's chins. Calls her all sorts of names. How is it any different? How is it any different? Oh, the difference is that Gary's actually a bit funny. Salah's just a bit limp celery.
From people who, I don't know. Anyways, I was on Sublex with a cosmetic app. Really? Yeah, community tab. I don't blame you.
And he talks about Foodie only.
Yeah,
He's not
exactly.
talking about women. He's talking about Foodie. She doesn't count.
Severe trauma? No, I didn't hear that part. No, man. I didn't really listen. I listened to her outing her about other things. I didn't know that Amber's saying it's not true about her, and Destiny's saying her and her mom got in a big physical fight. Yeah, that would be traumatic. So you can take so if you can't sleep, you're in the right place.
That face just makes the hair stand up.
That you are targeting Chantal female as your whole content. I understand that the hypocrisy is out of control. It's true, babe. It's so true. Yep. She's not entertaining, but people go there because they think.
With Gary, if you close your eyes and you listen, he sounds like Patrick Swayze. Not gonna lie.
It makes me mad, and they want to see me rage sweetie from. That's the only reason. The only reason.
No, people go to other reaction channels because they're interested in the stupid stuff that you do, but they don't want to watch you. So they go to reaction channels. They'll go to a couple of reaction channels just to get the different vibes. And because they want to talk to each other. You're the background. You're the stage dressing. You're not the show. That's what it is.
They like to hate. They often. So yeah.
Be a sexy fox. Put a thumbs up in the box. Oh, I like that one.
I can't see it. Let me pause the stream to listen to Obsessed by Mariah Carey. Hi, Fariel. Did I say your name right?
I don't think he's doing
easy cover girl. With mustard and cottage. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. That kind of sounds good. I like cottage cheese now. I never used to really like it that much, but I love yellow mustard. So with veggies, maybe with carrots or something, I'm gonna try that. Actually, that sounds kind of good. Don't you think so? A little bit. I don't know. Talking about, I've seen many therapists. I've been to treatment. I've been to inpatient growing up, and it just the mental health care system is not good in Canada. I'm gonna come out and say that.
Americans, on behalf of the idiot that is Foodie Beauty, I apologize for her lack of gratitude for free universal health care. Yes, there are some lines and there is a little bit of a way to get yourself a therapist, but it's free and they're qualified. So all the Americans out there literally wanting to put Foodie's head through a wall for saying such a dumb fucking statement, I apologize. And I apologize because I too am somebody who has free universal health care. Well, it's kind of free. We have to pay a little gap fee now. But she doesn't understand what she had just sitting there in the palm of her hand that she did not take advantage of. That is literally God-given right given to her by her government. And she's shitting on it, saying it's not very good. You didn't utilize it well. You didn't take advantage of it. You didn't follow up for yourself. You weren't proactive with your healthcare, your mental health, or your physical health. You wasted an opportunity for universal healthcare. Don't start shitting all over something that people would literally give anything to be able to have access to. So she's shut up, idiot. Shut up. Shut up. You don't know
The care
what
I've
you've
received hasn't
given
been
up,
really good,
idiot.
and I stay depressed, honestly. So
She is an idiot. Allegedly. Not allegedly, she is an idiot, but allegedly.
yeah. People will say all kinds of things on here, but keep your head up. You're beautiful inside and out. You and your health, you're happy. Thank you, Betty. Betty Washington. Thank you. You sound like a nice reaction channel.
Well, he could probably bounce some ideas off Chantal, because she probably can't wipe herself from either side. So she probably walks around smelling like pee and shit. And he would just maybe put a little bit of rose and vanilla on the back end of it as the end keynotes to mask the pee and the urine smell. Yeah, if he's needing some inspiration, he can just start whiffing his wife. That's maybe why he's always spraying her with stuff, because she smells like poop.
My daughter is dating an Italian man who's 6'4" and 500 pounds and now 300. She doesn't fashion either. That's sweet. It's about the heart, about the person. You know, you can be attracted to people. You could have the most
It is
conventionally hot
ridiculous.
person, and they just have you can't be attracted to them because of who they are. You ever have people like that? Like, being in love is the best kind of attraction, no matter what. And being in love with somebody, it's not just physical. It's not just physical. You know, you
Yeah, I
become
did
attracted
that.
to somebody. A lot of people in arranged marriages, actually, I was talking to a woman from here, and we were talking, you know, she asked me, like, are you married out of love? And that struck me as, you know, of course.
No, she looked at you, Foodie, and went, you guys are in love? What? That sounds too crazy to be true.
But then I thought, no, that's ignorant of me, because, you know, arranged marriages are very, very, very real thing. So I said, so I asked her, I said, so you have arranged marriage? And she said, yes. And I said, she said, but over time, and it didn't take long, we grew to love
Hi,
each other and
D-Rob.
fell in love.
Hi,
That doesn't always
honey.
happen, but people who end up in love and get married fast, sometimes they fall apart, you know? So it's just a different culture. It was interesting to see that perspective on things.
That's right,
Okay.
Esther.
You're very behind on the chat. Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on. I met someone who at first wasn't so hot, and after getting to know him, he was the hottest guy. Yeah, exactly, sweet vintage. Exactly. You know, I think Salah's my.
And that is exactly why Salah disgusts me. If he had an interesting, entertaining, smart, funny, cute, wise, engaging personality, I may consider him mildly attractive. But because he is such a beanbag of douchery, I look at him and I'm disgusted. Literally have the upchuck reflex. The idea of his cold, fishy, baby hands coming at me in any way to touch a cheek, a chin, a hand, a shoulder literally makes me recoil and something weird happen in my stomach. He is that vile and foul. His personality is ugly. So therefore, the exterior, revolting. So she has explained it perfectly. That's why average guys become the hottie McTotties. That's why nerdy guys get a chance, because they have great personality, average looking, bad dresser, don't care, you can get beyond it. But when he's average and is a total shithead and like boring, banal, horrible personality, arrogant, start getting the upchuck reflex going. But she explained it perfectly. He's disgusting. That's why we don't like him. And he's not handsome.
Hottest partner.
Hi,
Everyone else had to
Fiend.
kind of grow to be
Hi.
attracted to, no offense. But, you know, you get attracted to someone's personality. You know, it's anything. The little, you know. So
Hands. Ugh.
when was the last time you had a dude fight? And it's been vice versa. Yeah, McChicky, unfarted. Oh,
No lips. Foodie Mick no lips.
that's the last name for him. Gary unfarted. Okay, good grief. Good luck to you and your daughter.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I like men that broad shoulders, narrow hips, and thick thighs. Sorry, it's just how I like them. That's my flavor. But I will say, if I was going to go to the Pondu picnic today, and I was going to go as McFloppy Tits Pondu. That was going to be my name, but I didn't. It was in ode. It would have been a creative ode to Salah McFloppy Tits Pondu. Did anybody else go under that name, or is that my own unique creative brain working hard there?
I think, you know, she can't get him in there as good as Salah. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, why is she even attacking him, like, for no reason? She came for him first. She did everything first, inserted herself in my life first. She did all this first, so for her to cry victim over anything, just can't. Hi, Kimu. The love side vamp. I do a love rat face. Well, I'm going to be getting my diet food delivery. We might go out later, but for a walk on the beach when it gets not as hot. Anyways, so my eyeliner, I need to put mascara.
He is skinny fat. He is fat lean. He's tall and lanky with no muscle tone whatsoever. There's no biceps. He's got them weird roundy egg-shaped hips. He is a skinny fat. Yeah.
I guess that's it. Pure evil, God knows.
And somebody said on Twitter the other day, they're like his hairline is receding and it looks like a V. And I said, that's not the V line you want to see on a man. Right.
Exactly. Everyone will have to account
Bye,
for everything they do.
See you,
and
my
say on this
love.
planet.
Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. See you next
I
time.
do a love rat face.
Nobody likes rat face. Nobody likes it. Okay. So that was her live stream. And I took all the worst parts out and she's still pretty gross. But yeah, so the diet is going really well. It's going great. It's fantastic. So now what I figure is, because she's talked it up, I'm going to do the diet plan and it's going to be great. I'm going to be satiated. I'm just going to eat what they've got. Now, what we're going to do is watch the hypocrisy stream, the hypocrisy video where she talks about her BED, her BED, because I didn't edit that one. I put some filters over it. I transformed it a little bit. I hope you guys want to watch it because I haven't actually watched it. I've watched the very first clip, put the filters over it, muted it, did the thing because I wanted it to be fresh, new, and different. Okay, so I'm just going to take that one off, stop screen, and then I'm going to pull this guy up. I'm really excited to hear what nonsense she's got going on. Okay. Now, normally I would probably have a greater level of respect for somebody going through a BED, a seating disorder. I'd probably take it with a little bit more of a grain of salt. I'd be a little bit more invested. I'd be a little bit more compassionate and a little bit more understanding. But honestly, Foodie can get fucked. It's all garbage. It'll be different tomorrow. It'll be different the next day. Next week, we won't even be talking about binge eating disorder. We won't be talking about diets. We'll just be sitting down eating some Burger King or shawarma or whatever. It'll be different in a couple of days. So what she says here, I have no care. I don't care. I'm interested to hear what she has to say because I want to see how ridiculous it is and how performative and what buzzwords she's read up about online and what she's read on Instagram or what tickety talk she's watched to get, the inspiration for this particular video, and what complete inaction she's going to take, like legitimately what she's not going to do to help work through her quite apparent BED. So I'm not going to treat it with any level of respect. And that is Foodie specific only. Anybody else, I would treat it a little bit tenderly with a little bit more care, but Foodie gets none of that from me. None of it. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. All right. Let's go.
Hello, my name is Foodie Beauty, aka Chantal Marie Olive Zero Miriam Al-Rafai, and I have binge eating disorder.
Okay, so we started off like Alcoholics Anonymous, where we claim our addiction and we give our name, and then we start talking about it like we know what we're talking about.
I think you're gonna be a bit like, duh, we know this.
I'm sorry, but I absolutely love Foodie with this filter on. The big eyes, the funny lips. It just, it endears her to me, and it's the only way I can usually stomach her. So that's why I've added that one in, because she's ridiculous, and I feel like it's the right vibe for Foodie.
But honestly, as many times as I've heard myself say on this channel that I have a binge eating disorder, this is like the first time that I actually realized what that kind of sort of means more than ever. I realized that I cannot fight this alone. I need support, and that it's a very serious mental illness. It's not just about losing weight, and that a diet cannot fix this. I realize I have a really warped relationship.
Oh, yeah, and the voice. I changed the voice because depending on what rhetoric Foodie is trying to explain to us or let us know about, she has a voice to match. She has the little squinty, slanty face, and the little 10-year-old voice is like, what does that mean? I don't know about that one. She does that little weird voice. And then when she's trying to explain something and being calm, she does the school teacher voice. The one that she was trying to teach us about when she was in Canada, you know, that voice that she was using when she was, I'm modest now, guys. That voice. This one is her, I'm an addict. We'll call this her AA voice. Somebody said that before, AA, and that's what it sounds like to me as well. So she's obviously researched it, watched it, taken some tips. She's working through the steps all on her own. I don't know, but TikTok, who knows where she sources her nonsense from, but she's definitely giving AA vibes.
Relationship with food, and my compulsion to eat and binge is stronger than I am right now, and I need to learn ways to cope with that. So, that being said,
But Foodie, where are we going to go to learn? Where are we going to learn? Who's going to teach us? Therapist? TikTok? Instagram? Google? Where are we going to get these coping mechanisms? Where are we going to get the tools to put in our little toolbox to help us cope with cravings, binges, organizing our thoughts, organizing our feelings, identifying a craving, identifying a feeling, working through that feeling, physical coping mechanisms, mental health coping mechanisms, support from Sala, support from your circle of friends. I say that in quotation marks because they don't exist, but, you know, pretending. If your family was around you, coping mechanisms in the home, identifying triggers, working through triggers. How are you going to do it? Where are you going to get the resources from? That would be great to talk about. Maybe she does. Maybe I'm jumping the gun.
I tried to start my
Tumblr.
diet
Does Tumblr even exist anymore?
starting today, and that diet is a mistake when you're trying to treat binge eating disorder. And I've been told this many times, but it's like my brain doesn't learn. Like my brain goes through.
Again, I speak Fupa. It's like I'm stupid. It's like I'm obstinate. It's like I don't give a shit. Translated it.
My cycle. And we all know what my cycle is because people have illustrated online, people make fun of it, and I know I'm going to get made fun of for this video. Which is why I chose to clam up about it.
Fiend, I clocked it too. Her facials, it all just made me think she's just repeating what she's heard somebody else say. This isn't her. This is not her script. This is not her language. This is what she's heard from somebody else. This is what she's read from somebody else. She is parroting the verbiage. These are not her thoughts or her feelings. I know the filter probably doesn't work, but you can see it in the eyes. They're all over the place. The body language. She doesn't believe anything she's saying.
Would choose to clam up about it over and over again and not open up about my struggles or what I'm feeling on trying to eat healthy. But I think I'm going to shift my content to just sharing in a daily vlog my struggles with trying to get better. I've had binge eating disorder for many years, maybe greater than 20 years. I do have some medical documents from my binge eating disorder assessment I will share with you in a few minutes. I just wanted to give you a bit of an introduction.
So she says, because we're going to see the paperwork, I think, because I know what I saw at the very end, there was like screenshots of stuff. So she's been diagnosed with an BED years ago. No follow-ups, no therapy, no cognitive therapy. So she's now, in this moment, just realizing how severe her diagnosis is, that she's left untreated, because trying to diet is not treating an eating disorder. It's trying to lose weight. They are two different things.
The video I was planning on making today, I was planning on, going just...
Oh, that's true. What Jade said.
You guys, okay, I expected to just wake up and be better, to be able to conquer this now. I always thought it was something in my willpower that was wrong. And okay, I'll have this for breakfast, then I'll have this for lunch. It would just look all routine and smooth, and I would have a vlog for you today showing you that I could stick to this 1,100 calorie diet that we spent probably too much money on, and for not an adequate amount of food for binge eating disorder recovery. And I realized that also when I was on TikTok watching, be scrolling, and on my For You page there was a couple of young women.
She's literally at full volume. We have two options. If she's too low, what I can do is stop my video and we can just swap straight over to her live stream, and I can ideally crank her up. I did turn this up somewhat because it was even lower. So if it is too low, I can just go straight to hers. Let me pull it up. Let's try it. We'll just test it out. Where are we at? We are at timestamped at 2:37. Okay. Let me get it. Let me try. Oh, what did I say the time was on that one? What did I say it was? Let's see. Does anybody remember? I said it out loud. I can't remember. Was it like 7 something?
It's a specific type of disorder that's like, unless you have it,
Yeah,
it's
that is better, isn't
very
it? We'll
hard
just
to
watch this
understand. And you
one.
see that all the time in comments with people like, why don't you just walk more? Why don't you just eat less? And it's, I wish it was that easy. I really do. So
Oh,
I recognize
7:13.
that
Thank
all
you,
of these
Dira.
things
Oh,
are
so
valid.
close. I was so close. There we go.
It's a specific type of disorder that's like, unless you have it, it's very hard to understand. And you see that all the time in comments with people like, why don't you just walk more? Why don't you just eat less? And it's, I wish it was that easy. I really do. So I recognize that all of these.
But the thing is, she thinks that she's got to do every single step all at once. Otherwise, and it's not working unless she's doing every single step all at once. Do the binge eating. Okay, the bee eating, we'll call it that because YouTube flags. But add in the walking. It may not make you lose weight, but what it's going to do is improve your physicality, which is going to improve your stamina, which is going to entice you to want to do more physicality. You may hate it at first, but it makes you feel better, makes you more mobile. And then you can work on therapy, just going to therapy, not even working through your mentals, just getting into the habit of turning up for your appointments, working through that mental health strategy. Because that's often the hardest part with certain people with mental health disorders is making an appointment, going to the appointment, even if it does nothing for you, just showing up. Then you work on your strategies. You build your relationship with your therapist. Like, it's not all done in one day, every step, every day. It's the smallest of things that makes it a victory. And then once you've done that, I've overcome that. That's easy for me now. Now I work on the next hard thing, and I work on the next hard thing, and I work on the next hard thing. It's not, I've beaten this one hard thing and then that's it, I'm finished. There are so many hard things, and you've got to beat all of them in succession. And then 2 years down the track, you can look back and go, oh my God, that is so amazing. Look at all the things I've accomplished. But she wants to do all of them in one day, do it for a month, and I'm done. It doesn't work like that.
These things are valid, but they're also my responsibility to try to heal myself. So that's a work in progress.
And you know what? Just saying no, as somebody who has had eating issues, doesn't really work. It doesn't work. You've got to have something else in its place. No and avoid doesn't work. No and the other thing, that's what works. But you've got to start being honest enough with yourself to be like, if there's peanut butter in this house and bread, I'm going to eat it. So I don't have peanut butter in my house because I don't like anything else on the bread. Like, it's having the strategy. Or if I want the peanut butter and bread, I'm going to eat lemon. I'm going to drink a big jug of sparkling lemon water and then have a peanut butter and bread. It's having whatever else works for you in its place. You can't just be like, no and avoid. It doesn't work.
And I realized that I probably won't be healthy enough.
You've got to be physical.
In a couple months to
can't do it without moving,
go hiking and do all these things in different countries that I want to do, and I can't rush this. I was trying to rush it, and that's just not going to work, and I have to come to that realization. So me wanting to do these diets and these fixes and everything is just what I've always known to do, and I've also always wanted to
Oh, you're absolutely right, M. Hobbs. Hello, by the way, 22. It will take a medical emergency for anything to happen, and then it'll be short term. Without therapy, nothing's going to change. Absolutely nothing.
Just basically restrict. After binging, I just want to restrict and just, so.
Oh, yeah, good on you, Mandy.
Horrible.
Great job.
What I'm going to do, I think, with this diet boxes is just supplement the month because Salah already paid for like a whole month for me. Another important.
So they're wasting a whole bunch of money on the gym and wasting a whole bunch of money on the food boxes. Salah's got himself a winner. Absolutely. Doesn't clean, doesn't cook, doesn't look after herself, doesn't look after him, doesn't use, he's wasted all this money on just bought a new car. He's working his little guts out, selling all the bees, the sprays, mixing his little concoctions up. What's she bringing to the relationship? What is she bringing? She brings nothing but problems. Negativity from YouTube, emotional outbursts, mood irregularities, spending money, throwing it down the toilet. And yeah, so what does Foodie bring to their relationship? She doesn't seem to bring a whole lot.
One thing that I have to do is really sit down and have a talk with him about my medical conditions, like in full. Like,
Hi, Daniel
read
Basher.
through these medical reports with him because he doesn't understand binge eating disorder. And I didn't really take the time to properly explain my condition to him. So I think that that's one of the really big walls I hit with having this issue, is that trying to make people understand, it's hard. So
Foodie, you're in Girl World. We came across you because we watched, most of us watched Anne Boleyn, and then we found you. So we're either here because we've either had a history of weight issues, we've got current ongoing weight issues, or we're working through and we're coming out the other side of weight issues. We have a really good understanding of either binge eating, overeating, or having medical issues that have created weight gain. Who are you talking to? There is no one new watching you. There's nobody new. Who are you talking to? We've all been here for the longest time, Han. We're all here for our own reasons. You're not teaching us anything we don't already know. Oh, she's exhausting.
I'm going to do that because he really needs to know, so he can be supportive, and he can also be understanding, and
could you imagine, like, I think he knew. So you've married somebody, you don't know them, they're a complete stranger. She rocks up and she's like, oh, she's a little chubby, she's a little short, chubby little thing. She might be really nice though. This could be I'll give it a red hot go. So we've got financial issues, second bankruptcy, didn't understand and kind of fibbed about her income. She doesn't make as much money as we thought. Okay. She has got some hygiene issues. I can overlook that. I can just shove her in the shower, wash her down with a stick with a wash rag on it, no problems. I'll put in a bidet. That's easy to fix. She's not as mobile. She doesn't get out and about as much as she claims that she could. That's okay. I can deal with that. I can just drive her around town. She's got some mental health issues, no problems. I can get her her meds. Got some binge eating issues, no probs. And she's got a lovely personality. Sala really it's like Jenga. She's a problematic human Jenga. You just pull one piece out and you just hope it doesn't fall down. Just problem after problem. And she's not even a nice person on top of it. You could take all of those problems if she was nice. But the thing is, Foodie she's a shit cake. She is fecal matter with icing on the outside. You cut into the cake and it's nothing but shit. Yeah.
I mean, I obviously
could you just imagine
binges from everybody. I don't.
Oh, and she's a cheat.
A mukbang,
cheat and a liar.
What I do is not really a binge because it's overeating.
Brilliant.
For sure, it's overeating, but it's not binging. Binging is something you do in secret, and you eat extreme amounts of calories in one sitting, which is why you would.
You're right, Mandy. On the prize. Papers. Papers. I can take anything for papers. That's his motto.
See my scale go. I would gain kgs in days. And then there's the psychological and emotional after effect of that, that cycle of guilt, and then you want to restrict, and it's just never ending. So, but you don't, it's like I guess even after being diagnosed, after always saying I have binge eating, I'd never fully realized,
papers, baby, papers.
You're just going in circles, and yeah, it's insanity.
It is insanity.
I I'm sick,
exactly.
And I need to
get therapy
take responsibility for my health to get better, and I can't rush it.
Oh. And let's not forget, she neglected the cats.
I need support. So that's what I'm going to be seeking. there's going to be days in these diaries where I'm not probably doing too well, but I'm going to always be honest. And I think it's important for me to do this and make this the main focus of my life, because I can't do anything else until this is fixed. So I have to do it.
And you know what's, it's a really good judgment call. Really good judgment call is when you're going through mental strife, something huge, like a seating disorder that is basically keeping you a prisoner in your own home and in your own body, is to monetize that journey online in a community that is basically designed and to shit on you because you make really bad decisions and make really poor judgments. That would be brilliant, is to vlog it, talk about it, show it on your channel. That's really, really going to help you come out the other side. Couldn't do it in privacy. Couldn't work on your couple's channel. Couldn't just do your, not mukbangs, but maybe cooking videos or whatever, cleaning videos, whatever, the Julia videos, whatever. But no, let's monetize in a hostile community her BED. Brilliant. Really, really fantastic idea.
And I want to live a long, happy, healthier life, and not worrying about food every second of the day. I don't think I realized fully how much of my life has been consumed by food. I'm the one supposed to be doing
She's saying all the right things, guys,
food,
isn't
but
she?
it's also honestly consuming me in a lot of ways. So,
Salah wants to get out. Salah wants to travel. Salah wants to go to Everest. He wants a young, youthful, vigorous wife. Foodie can't provide that to him. She's under pressure to get active. Simple as that. That is why she's making these changes, because Salah doesn't want to be with an old, fat woman that doesn't move.
all right, so let's get to the rest of the video. I'm going to show you what I managed to vlog today. You could see I started out very optimistic.
Oh, here come the tears. Where?
I'm sorry, I didn't think I was going to get emotional like that, but just thinking about when I woke up and I had the diet food ready to go, and Salah was all proud of me.
Probably
to start.
That's probably right, cowboy dog.
And I guess I feel guilty and like a failure, for not.
Guys, I have a trick. You know how, because I'm usually an empathetic person. If I see someone cry, I will start to cry too. I have a little trick that I have, that when somebody starts to cry, and if I don't want to cry, I watch their nostrils. I just stare at their nostrils. And for some reason, sometimes if they twitch or if they flare, it distracts me, and it doesn't make me want to cry anymore, because I'm too distracted. I can't see their eyes. I can't hear their voice. You know how people's wavers, it makes you sort of feel really empathetic. Watch her nose. You'll just get the giggles.
Sticking to it, even though I know logically that this is not going to treat my eating disorder, that I need help, So anyway, I'm just tired and defeated. So
she'll be back yelling at us tomorrow.
I guess that's it. I'm going to show you some medical records I went through, logged into my medical files that you can access online in Ontario. And I went through my history to show you a little bit of my notes from that. I blocked out, the personal information of the doctors and things like that. But yeah, and I also have some clips from my vlog from today, which will be hard.
I'm an empath to the 10th degree. I had to turn off the other day. I can't watch nature documentaries because it gives me such anxiety when I see lions hunting down a wildebeest. My husband's out there watching a David Attenborough world nature documentary, and the poor little turtles were hatching, running down the beach, and I'm like, no, because only 2 out of 10 make it. The birds were picking them up, and I'm like trying to make my peanut butter and bread sandwich, and I'm like, no, and I was like clenching my eyes, and I had to turn it off. He fell asleep, and I had to turn it off because it makes me so upset and sad. I feel bad for the birds because if they don't get the turtle, they go hungry. But then I feel bad for the baby turtles because they're getting eaten. My heart hurts. This one, shedding a tear, nothing. I'm dead. I'm a tombstone. I'm quiet. I'm dry. I'm salty. I am a Utah salt plain. Nothing. I can't move me. She's fake as fuck. And I'm empathetic. She's a lie. She's a lie.
To edit. But anyway, all right. So thank you for listening to me. Again, I'm gonna look into eventually maybe creating like some kind of support group on Facebook.
Oh,
Because
don't do it, Foodie.
one
Fuck
thing that
off.
really I find really hard is the loneliness, of other people who have the same problem. So I'd also like to help people with my content.
Janet,
I hope
hi.
that does occur. So anyway, here it is, and thanks for watching. Hey, hello. Welcome back to my kitchen.
Wait, where did the voice go? Oh, that was sad voice. That was sad Foodie. This is happy Foodie. This is Foodie who's happy and ready to go on the diet and she's raring to go. This is personality 1.
So I'm gonna get out my breakfast out of the fridge.
What have we got going on? What have we got in this kitchen? We're gagging to see the kitchen. Okay, so what have we got? We've got little sink fine. We've got a jug. That's normal. Do you guys have kettles? Americans don't use kettles. That's an English and Australian thing, right? You guys have like a percolate, the caffeine machine-y things, because you don't really use instant coffee, do you? That's not a thing, right? I don't know. My friend's telling me that you guys don't, my best friend who lives in Florida tells me you guys don't really do instant coffee. You use like the percolator thingies where you put the filter in and then you put the coffee in and you let the water run down and that's how you have it. Or you go to Starbucks or whatever. Australians and English, we boil the kettle and then we make hot coffee. I don't know. Maybe it's different from state to state. And what else have we got? We've got some plastic flowers. We've got a spice rack that she doesn't use. We've got some, is that either oil or Beezer fragrance. We've got the scummy little spongy thing. I can't use those. I throw them away all the time. Like I use chucks and I use scourers and then I put the scourer through the dishwasher. I can't use a sponge for more than a day because it freaks me out. We've got a really big rice cooker here. Of course, we've got the deluxe size because we need to eat 7 or 8 serves of rice in one go. We've got a window that's not open, which probably can't be open because it's up against cabinets. Water filter, the microwave. Okay, looks clean, it's presentable. Okay, we're all right.
So they come in these containers, and this is the breakfast.
Rude.
So I'm gonna put
I
it
like
in
my
the air fryer for like
espresso
a few
machine.
seconds, well, maybe a minute or so. Some foil.
She's doing
I
the
actually
cutesy
don't know what it is.
voice.
So it's actually on a like potato bun, I think, with cucumber, halloum, and za'atar. So it's like a breakfast sandwich. I'm just gonna put that in the air fryer. So yeah, so they make the delivery the day before for today's meal. So yesterday they delivered, and today
Salad cleaned it. You don't reckon Foodie cleaned it? So what have we got for breakfast? We've got Keurig and Dunkin' Donuts. That sounds good. Yum. And you reckon the K-Cups at home, that's a Keurig thing. We don't have one of those. We used to have a coffee machine. I got one from Aldi. They did like the Aldi coffee machine and you could buy the pods and stuff. But we had to stop using it because when it turned on Our dog, our border collie, used to lose her mind. She would bark and bark and bark. And it wasn't even that loud, but it used to freak her out. So we stopped using it because it just was not worth the aggravation. So we got rid of that. I think we gave it to mum, or I don't know, we gave it to somebody. And then a couple of years ago, not about a year and a half ago, I decided I wanted an espresso machine. No idea how it worked, just wanted to try it. And that's what we use now. Or we use instant coffee, or we use a kettle. So we've got a couple of options. Depends if we want to be fancy or not. But yeah, I like Turkish coffee. So good. And then there's this Ugandan one that I really like too.
I eat these meals, and then today they're going to deliver for tomorrow. So yes, I'm going to show you what I'm going to have to drink.
Yeah, the dog, she used to go nuts. She didn't like noises. She was a border collie, so she's very sensitive to stuff like that.
I've never had hot cucumber.
So that's how much we loved our dog. We sacrificed good coffee for the comfort of the dog.
Okay. Let's try
Hi,
a bite.
Killer Hot Dog. Hi.
It's hot though. You like?
Oh, please don't. Oh,
Cucumber's still crunchy. It's actually quite nice.
oh,
I don't know why the bun's yellow. I'm assuming it's a potato bun. All right, so I'm gonna eat this and get on with my day.
On the
See you guys
back
for
of her
lunch,
neck?
my second meal.
where?
Okay.
Do I need to go back a bit? What's on the back of her neck? Where? Let's go back. Point it out when you see it.
Oh yeah. So they make the delivery the day before for today's meal. So yesterday they delivered, and today I eat these meals, and then today they're going to deliver for tomorrow. So yes.
I'm sorry, where does her top lip go? Where does it go? She's not on the edibles. She doesn't have dry mouth. Why is there no top lip? Some days it's there, some days it's not. What the actual hell?
I'm going to show you what I'm going to have to drink. Some cold water. I've never had hot cucumber.
Fresh, creamy, yummy water.
Okay. Let's try a bite. It's hot though. You bite?
I'm gonna have to clap because I can't hear the chewing sounds. I can't do it. It drives me insane.
It's actually quite nice.
No. No. I
don't know why the bun's yellow. I'm assuming it's a potato bun. All right, so I'm gonna eat this and get on with my day. See you guys for lunch, my second meal.
I didn't see anything on her neck.
Now I'm gonna
What was
have
it?
these
Probably a hump.
little chocolate nut ball things.
She's probably looking at that thinking, what the fuck? Like she'd take them like Panadol. Like that's not a meal. That is she would literally just throw them in her mouth and go, done. That's not it, sis. That's not a snack. That's not a snack.
I guess this is considered my dessert for today. Let's try it.
They look like rumbles.
Peanuts, chocolate, coconut, dates, I think.
The noise. It's too
Like
much.
energy balls.
It's too much. I can't. Oh my god.
All right, so here's my lunch.
Okay, what have we got?
It is like 2:30. I'm so hungry. So here's the salad with some kind of, looks like vinaigrette maybe. Some chicken.
Now, not gonna lie, that would be too much food for me for a lunch. I would not be able to get through all of that. And admittedly, I have had weight loss surgery, so I can only eat small portions. I can eat way more than when I first had surgery. I can eat I eat children's portions. I used to eat like tiny little, like half a cup of food was enough. Now it's about 2.5 years later, but I still can only eat a child's portion. That I could probably eat, I would smash that. I'd probably eat about half of that, and then the pickled veg, there would be food left over. And I honestly, I probably eat closer to the portion size that most people are supposed to eat. We overeat. I can't. I feel so incredibly sick if I overeat. And I rarely do. I can eat lots of little frequent meals, but I can't eat big portions. Just can't do it. And I will, the fat bitch inside my brain, because she still lives in there, little fat cookie still there. I will watch people and I will see a big bowl of food and be like, oh my God, I wish I could eat that. I could eat a small amount, but I couldn't eat the whole thing. But I still want to, but I know I physically can't. The urge is still there. That's why weight loss surgery has worked for me, because I've learnt my body cues. I know when enough is enough. But I had to learn that. And I had to have therapy to help me cope. Otherwise, I would have went absolutely spare after surgery had I not had those coping mechanisms. Because you don't go from one day a person who can physically overeat and will physically overeat to somebody who has weight loss surgery and then just eats puree, soft foods, and then regular foods 8 weeks later. And who still has that trigger in their brain where they're feeling sad or they're upset or they're happy, they're excited, wants to eat a big meal. You still have those compulsions, but your body just cannot do it. Do you know how frustrating it is to sit there and be like, I want to eat this entire sandwich, and you can eat 3 bites and you're done. Your brain still wants to keep eating, but your body physically can't do it. It's like having an itch you cannot scratch, and it just stays itchy. That's what it's like for somebody who wants to overeat but just physically cannot. You have to have coping mechanisms to help you through those moments. That's what Foodie needs to learn. Eat the meal, stop the eating, and then what comes after that? That's where she's missing. That's the missing part. It's the after she stops eating. Her body and her brain wants to keep going, but she needs to stop. That's where the therapist comes in.
Chicken and a small portion of rice.
Where's the
So I'm gonna try this out.
green? It's all beige.
I'm
It's
having
still
a
beige.
64
Where's the
calorie
green?
can of iced tea. Breaking my rule already.
But in 2001, still can't eat a lot. Yeah, same.
So I'm already like
I want to, but I just can't. And I do, and I don't want to.
Burritos. So I at least tried to portion them out, and
that's a good
into these
strategy.
servings.
It's a good strategy.
And I'm eating the lunch as well. The dinner that they give you, because I just found it like such a small portion. And anyway, let's talk. I'm also going to have this mini Mars. All right, so this is going to be me going over some medical records and discussing that. So if this is
her voice sounded surprised. It's like, I really thought this was going to work, and I'm so stunned it didn't.
boring for you, you could just end the video here. If not, then you can watch on.
Like your eyes are bigger than your stomach.
So
100%.
this is just a snap
Oh,
screenshot.
Tara, you had the sleep in 2021.
I went back and found, I think one of my visits was here. You can see the date, 7/11/2019. So July 2019. I was seeing the doctor in 2019. So at the time, I was prescribed a Vyvanse and a different antidepressant, Effexor, and recommended to stop the Cipralex. He thought that my mental illness wasn't being treated well and was causing binging. Now, you will see that the Vyvanse just stopped working for me, and I found it to be increasing my anxiety.
I find all of this just blah, 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 blah. Like it's dangerous and stupid to be talking about medications and untreated mental health illness. So I'm just going to skip through this because it's stupid. And I coming from her, it's just ridiculous. So let me just scoot forward a little bit.
Laparotomy for LSO, possible BSO, possible total hysterectomy with possible staging. So I could go through that. It goes by day, month, year. So this is the visit before that. So
okay, whatever. Hysterectomy stuff.
I guess the dates, like on my what's next appointment,
it's
from my, I guess, into the summer.
Okay.
From the
okay. Chantal Sarot was seen today. This is her first outpatient visit since the initial consultation a month ago. She appeared in good spirits. She described her mood as good. She started fancy, I don't even know what that is, 20 milligrams a day as agreed, and managed to reduce binge eating from daily to 3 times a day. So the strategy was that she agreed that she was just going to stop binging. She agreed to reduce it because that's within her control. She's just, I'm going to agree to it and then I'm just going to do it. Because if her ED was that easy to manage, she wouldn't be requiring help. If she just agreed to a behavior and just did it, oh, fucking hell, wouldn't that be just great if we could do that with all mental health? I agree that I'm not going to feel anxious when I walk out the door. Thanks, therapist. You did a great job. Like, you can't just say, I'm going to do it, agree to it, and then it just happens. You have to have strategies in place to help you get that to that stage. Who is this person that is helping her? Oh, my God. 3 times in a month. That sounds like it's totally doable goal. However, she noticed lately that the vivancy tends to fade away in the evenings. She also noticed that Cipralex started to improve her mood, so she stayed on it and didn't feel the prescription for effects. Or mood is much improved. BED is well controlled. Okay, that doesn't sound right, but all right.
The doctor that I was seeing, this is her first outpatient since the initial consultation a month ago. I appeared in good spirits. I started Vyvanse, 20 milligrams a day. It did reduce the binge eating at first, but it did. However, she noticed lately that Vyvanse effects tends to fade away in the evenings. Yeah, exactly. I decided to stay on Cipralex because...
And most people who have had some sort of overeating disorder or a BED would know that night times are the worst.
The effects didn't work as well for me. So things were a bit better at this point.
Okay, next.
Regional Center for the Treatment of Eating Disorders at the blah, blah, blah. The patient was seen today and she was approached.
Okay. The only thing that I find really surprising is saying that she's spending $600 a month on binge eating. That was an underestimation. We know it was way more than that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, yada, yada, yada.
Appropriate and cooperative during the assessment.
That's
As you recall, she is a
2019,
35-year-old woman who lives with her common law
before
boyfriend.
COVID.
She used to work as a secretary at the ROH and has been out of work for the last 2 years. The patient explained she rated at 1 out of 10. She denied any suicide.
So thank you for very much. She's denied any purging behavior. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Okay. She's just okay.
Intention or plan. So that was
just talking about medication, no therapy.
You're also addicted to fast food. But yeah, of course, that would be the ultimate goal. So that was from the doctor for treatment that I saw.
She didn't do any of these.
So these tests are put in chronological order, I think. The dates at the bottom there.
Okay, so she's edited her video and she's overlapped her audio, so that's awesome.
I just blurred out the doctors who ordered these, but what?
Okay, yeah, that's brilliant.
Reducing, and that's on a lot of junk food every single night, and then I was
look at me critiquing
really in the
her
throes of
editing.
it. It was just worse. Sometimes the disorder is
I'm such an idiot.
Better than other times, but as you can see from
she doesn't care about her diabetes, so whatever.
I just see what it would say. So they send you this email at the end. You can email it to yourself, and also you can send it to your
so she's
nutritional counseling and
So 2019. She's got an official diagnosis, and to 2023. So what? And what does this prove? That she's gone to the doctor a couple of times, they've given her some medication, and she's been diagnosed with an eating disorder it's been untreated. It's been unmanaged and untreated. She's had 4 years of nothingness, just some antidepressants and whatever the other ones are. I don't even know half the names of those medications, but so what? Now what? what I don't understand what this section of the video was about. Nobody denies that she has an eating disorder. Like that is quite clear to anybody just passing by. That is clear. And it doesn't mean anything because she's not getting treatment for it. The medications, whatever. She needs therapy. Therapy all the live long day. Therapy. She's probably not going to get it. So I'm bored with that now. Okay. Done with Foodie for the day. Done with that. So basically Foodie has come to the realization that we've all had sympathy for her eating disorder. Tried to fake cry. Didn't work. On anybody else, I probably feel a little bit of compassion, but I know that tomorrow it's going to be the same bullshit that it's been for the last however long. She's going to be mad. She's going to be eating Burger King. She's going to be having KFC. She's going to be having pizzas. I'm starting next week, guys. It's going to be the same bullshit it was last week and the week before and whatever. You know, I think all of us in here not all of us, but most of us, the majority of us, have had to own up to mental health stuff. And if you don't have any mental health issues or ongoing mental health issues, blessings to you. Wonderful. I'm so grateful. I'm happy that you don't have to carry the burden of ongoing mental health issues. And that doesn't mean you don't have problems, but most of us here have some stuff going on. And I think the majority of us have had therapy or have had treatment and understand the complexities of it and how hard you have to work emotionally to get where you're going, and as well as with weight loss or health improvement, because it's not just weight loss, it's health improvement, how hard the physical work can be when you're starting from scratch. And Foodie's starting from scratch on both ends. So she's probably feeling really overwhelmed, which that's probably a true emotion. But the fact that she's so detached, she's so far from the starting point, it's unbelievable because she's just literally has no self-awareness whatsoever, no self-insight, no self-honesty, no claiming how she is the center nexus of all her own problems. And the fact that she focuses so hard on reaction channels and outside influences or outside sources for her problems, she's not gonna get anywhere. So I'm an eager beaver just to sort of see how she's going to explain. I'm eager to see how she's going to explain away the next failure or the next lot of inaction to get therapy, get help, get treatment, get whatever. This is the BED is last week's water fast. That's what we've got. This is just the water fast, but it's just packaged differently. Same shit, different smell. You know, that's what it is. Entertaining nonetheless, right, guys? Well, what's the time? Oh, it's 2:30. Oh, my God, we've been on for 2.5 hours. Holy moly, how the time flies. Yes. So, all right, well, I have a late start tomorrow, so don't worry, guys. I will get plenty of sleep before I need to start work. I don't start work until 12 o'clock tomorrow, so that's fine. But what I am going to go do is listen to some music, watch some YouTube videos, go and play my home design game. I'm up to level 800 and something or other because I'm really good. And I'm going to see what content she puts out tomorrow. We might do a stream tomorrow night as well. Not going to promise anything, but it might happen. And then, you know what it is? It's Tuesday. And what's Tuesday? My day off. And then I've got Wednesday off. So we might have a couple of days in a row where I might be able to come on and hang out with you guys. So I bid you farewell, adieu, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. So I'm just going to say goodbye to the people that are still in the chat. Okay, who we got? We've got Jade. We've got Tango Bliss. We've got Amber R. We've got Nebanor. We've got Lalaboo. We've got D-Rob. Bye, D-Rob. We've got Glamosaurus Rex. Natural Ginger. Killer Hot Dog. Who else? Tara. That's all I can see for now, and I'm squinting a lot. I'm sorry, guys. But yes, and all the lurkers, bye-bye. See you next time. And yeah, eat some yummy food, do some exercise, drink lots of water, do your skincare, do your self-care, and I'll probably see you tomorrow. Okay? Bye. See you later. Take care. Bye.